touch me. I'll give it all up just to be with you. I'm so happy, now you got me. I'll surrender all my love to you. Don't you see what you're doing to me? I'm in love and I can't break free. Now I'm begging with you, baby. Please don't leave me hanging. Oh, oh, oh. It's a lockdown, baby. You drive me crazy. Ain't no escaping. Your love has got me doing time. You're my attorney, my judge and jury. I'm pleading guilty, so lock me up for with the key. Oh, 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 yeah. I said lock me up for with the key. Yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Lock me up for with the key. Baby, it's a lockdown, baby, you drive me crazy. Ain't no escaping, your love has got me doing time. You're my attorney, my judge and jury. I'm pleading guilty, so lock me up for with the key. You gotta take away the key, my baby. Lock me up for with the key. Keep me in there. Lock me up for with the key.
It's day 2 of Giant Bomb at Night, live in Los Angeles. I'm Jeff Grubb from GiantBomb.com. They have once again shackled me to this chair for 6 more hours to talk to people about video games and who knows what else, including my friend over here, Simon Desan from 844. How's it going, man?
Hey, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great.
Yeah, appreciate you coming by.
Yeah, cheers.
Absolutely. Seth Rosen, how's it going?
Good to be back. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. And Sam Winkler,
It's an honor.
my lucky charm. So let's well, you know what? We'll get to that one. Let's start. I said we start here. What's your favorite food?
Oh, man. Are we actually doing this? Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Can't go past like a kiwi meat pie.
Okay, explain what that means.
Oh, it's just like minced gravy in like a nice pastry package, you know?
Okay, that sounds delicious.
Instant like food vessel delivery.
Yeah,
Straight to your mouth. It's great.
Yeah, that sounds. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's very savory, and you just gonna just dig right in.
Yeah, exactly. Like you have to go to New Zealand and try them sometime.
Sounds very good. But before Simon looked at me, he's like, "What are we gonna talk about?" I'm like, "Your favorite food." That's where we're gonna go right away, and I kept my promise, as I always do. Yeah, I know. Summer Game Fest is here. Are you showing the game? Are you showing the game here at the show?
No, so we're just on, we're, coming up to release, this year. And so we're coming over and just doing all of the press and promos and stuff like that.
How's that process gone for you?
Yeah, it's going really well. Like I'm super happy with how the game's coming together. And yeah, it's like amazing to get to fly over to, the other side of the world and talk about your game.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Absolutely. Are you guys, you're based in New Zealand?
Yeah, whole studio's based in New Zealand, yep.
Excellent.
Yep.
I know that there's like burgeoning's not the right word. There's an established game scene there, but does it feel like it's still growing all the time? Like every day there's new game developers coming up out of like the education system?
Yeah, hell yeah. It's been absolutely amazing. I mean, you've got some like really established studios there, but like you also have some like, brand new studios popping up. I think it's like Black Salt down in Dunedin who do like Dredge. Like amazing games coming out of New Zealand all the time, and yeah, there's so many developers over there now.
Yep. Seth, you recently launched a game.
We sure did.
How'd that go?
It went well. You can drive around the Pacific Northwest and Pacific Drive.
Pacific Drive out now.
Yeah, it came out back in February, and we've been enjoying the success and relaxing a little bit after what was a admittedly pretty difficult production. But it's done, and we're kind of winding down and starting to work on content for the future that'll be coming out over the coming months, and it's been really exciting.
Yeah, like, are you, like, when does the relaxation begin after launching
I'll
the
let
game?
you know.
Yeah. That's what I would assume, that it's like...
No, the actual answer is, like, we, really try and, like, avoid dragging our people through the mud as much as possible. Like, it happens. Like, we generally have a policy of, like, no crunch, but we had some, and...
Right.
We're not proud of that, but it happened.
You got to sprint at a certain point, yeah.
Yep, like there's the last mile.
Yep.
Hopefully not several last miles. But because of that extra time and effort, like it's really important to us that we give the team like a proper break, like some comp time. So everyone got like a month to kind of use over the summer, however they want, and hopefully like recover and recuperate a little bit.
Right. I mean, I think about it like when we do stuff like this, it's like, we're working kind of nonstop for several days in a row, and it's like that's a sprint. It's like as long as you're mindful of that and you're keeping that in the tabulations of like this has happened, we do need to like make up for it at some point. Like that is just a job at a certain point. It is like you said, several laps of a sprint, it becomes something else, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So the game, now you guys are like taking this little breather, and more content to come. How do you is this like ideas that got left behind, or is it like now that it's out there and people are responding to it, you have new ideas?
It's been a mix. I mean, some of it is stuff that like we thought of and even in some cases prototyped during development and just like didn't make sense to include at the end of the day in the final scope. But some of it is also like seeing what the community is excited about. And an example there is like in an update already, not for these coming updates, we added the ability to close the rear garage door. So you can actually like have an inside time when it's raining out and feel that coziness.
Oh, fun.
And then, we're also starting to think about like further future things and do some like experimentation and R&D for some larger features and content down the line.
Very cool. Sam, how do you direct a narrative?
How do I direct a narrative?
Yeah, narrative director Sam Winkler. How do you direct a narrative?
I get to work with an incredibly talented team, from the process of ideation to putting stuff down on the page, and then working with a million different departments who actually sort of spin my flax into gold, and then people invite me onto couches and give me credit.
Appreciate it. You are indeed my lucky charm. Last time I saw you, you came by to say hi, and I'm like, yeah, Sam, come sit with me. That's when I won that $10,000 on that parlay for hockey game.
What?
Hey, okay, so what people mostly do know this story. We were at PAX. And before I left, I was just like, I'm going to do this it was like an 11-game parlay over under in hockey. So it's like I'm going to pick over and under for all these 11 games. And if they all hit, I also do like the little like $1, $2 bet on each one. But I bet $8 on all 11 games. And if they all 11 would hit, I would win $10,000. And as he was coming over, I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's going to hit. And about 15 seconds later, it actually did come through.
Well,
that's amazing.
We sat down in the corner. And I was like, yeah, man. And then I turned and looked, and the entire group was like staring at you like a ghost had just sat down.
Yes, exactly. So like it wasn't a sure thing. It was like, are we going to jinx it or something like that? So, but no, Sam was there, so of course not. Yeah.
I have an aura.
Yes, exactly.
Did he get his cut?
Well, hey, listen, I had to pay the government first, so yeah. And after that, but yeah, no, that was a fun time.
They're flashing my Venmo on the screen right now.
There you go. Yes, I'll get your crypto wallet. So you said you're out here kind of talking to press and stuff. Seth, you kind of came down here to see some friends, hang out with us. Sam, are you doing anything at Summer Game Fest?
I am doing very little at Summer Game Fest other than hanging out with a bunch of games industry friends and seeing people celebrate finally getting to announce stuff. Right. And just, I don't know, it's been awesome.
Well, go ahead, please.
I feel like you should see how many parlays you can make hit.
Hey, look, I am now accepting invites.
just to sit next to people who are gambling. Yes.
Within whatever field I emit, I'm renting it out.
Yeah, perfect.
Open real estate.
So, I mean, like, none of you guys are a part of Summer Game Fest proper, but you guys are all here. Is there still something that like drawing you in? Like once there's a critical mass of people in the industry in one place, it is just worth it to come out, or what?
I mean, I would say I had a deep hunger during 2020 and 2021 where there wasn't a lot of these moments happening.
Yeah.
And then I've had a very busy last few years between like moving and having a kid and everything like that. And so, the moment I was like, yeah, I actually could make it down to LA and see a bunch of other people who make games and honestly just see stuff that I'm a fan of myself, it seemed like a no-brainer.
Yeah. How about you guys? Is it like there's enough people in town like that? That's what makes it able to go see the press in person?
Yeah. I mean, this time of year, like we're in the home stretch on Flintlock, so it all just kind of like made sense for us to make our way over. And I haven't been to LA since I think like 2018 when we were launching Ashen.
Right.
So yeah, it's been a minute, man. Had to get back here.
Yeah. Well, how's the sort of get the word out changed between Ashen and now?
I don't know. I mean, like, I think, like, you know, being on streams and stuff like that seems to be like a lot more like
Sure.
prevalent. Yeah, I think like when we were showing off Ashen, it was a lot more sort of like we just kind of release the trailer, do some like press sort of behind closed doors and things like that. And yeah, now, I don't know, I'm on a podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
For Flintlock, what is? Are there any like walls you're running into when you try to explain it to people? I imagine a lot of people have preconceived notions about what they expect the game to be when they see it. Is that something you're able to explain, or do you feel at a certain point people just got to play it to understand it? What?
No, I mean, I think like with us being like a what we term to be like a Souls light experience, like a more sort of accessible Souls game. I think, you know, just having a chat about that and like, you know, explaining that it's you know, not trying to alienate kind of like either end, but it's more of like a fusion between sort of like an action RPG and sort of like a more typical kind of Soulsy game. But you know, I think like once people do get their hands on the controller, like the game feels like super nice, and so you know, everyone's super happy like once they actually get hands on.
Yeah, and that's I mean that is probably one of the keys there. It's like, you know, you keep telling the story, but once to set the expectations, but people are going to get a chance to play it, and then it's going to kind of all be able to explain itself.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, like as compared to say something like Ashen, we have like a lot more of like a narrative focus in the game, and so yeah, like I honestly can't wait for people to kind of get their hands on it and yeah, experience like the story and the world of Flintlock.
Yeah. Wait, you guys did have you said you were doing some like recent like trailers and like some stuff like that, right? Is that what you were saying before we got started?
Well, that was more for like for Ashen and stuff. Like the previous time we came here, it was mostly for trailers and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, like this time, hopefully we have something, you know, interesting soon. But you know,
I'm curious, but like that seems like whenever I talk to developers, it seems like it's such a huge process just to create assets for media for people to see stuff. You're all nodding. How much time does it take?
God, how long's a piece of string? It can take a long time. You know, we've had trailers because we make our trailers in house. We've had trailers be in house for anything up to 2.5 months with somebody or multiple people working full time. That's just to create the trailer, and then you've got all of the different like versioning for, you know, whichever platforms want it, and you know, sound mixing, and like it's just yeah, it's a whole massive process.
And that's just like a trailer. Then like let's say there was like a playable demo, like is that a bigger asset on top of itself? Like yeah, again, laughing. We could all chime in, feel free. But yeah, I mean, what's that like?
Yep, making something like a playable demo is. Yeah,
it's like a game launch unto itself in some way.
Basically,
right?
Yeah. I mean, you're putting something out into the public. It has to be ready. It has to be, you know, tested, stable. You know, you have to be like really confident with the section that it is that you're showing. You know, and then there's all the different like platforms that it's potentially going out on. So, yeah, like. Also, usually when you're doing a demo is kind of when you're in the final stretches of development anyway, and so you're already kind of stretched thin, and yeah, you kind of have to make some magic happen.
Yeah, is that your guys' experience as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think, at least in my experience, like it depends a bit what your audience is. Like if you're showing it behind closed doors to press, generally there's like less tutorialization and sort of like onboarding that you need to put into the build itself, because you're going to be sitting there and you can kind of like say, hey, it looks like you're struggling with this a little bit.
Right.
But when you're like on a show floor and the public is just streaming past, like that thing's got to be nails.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it sometimes you're doing that like before a lot of the game is really ready, and you have to like figure out how to make this one little chunk like robust and engaging quickly. And you know, that usually takes like at least I would say a month of dedicated time. And you're often having to work like out of sequence because you're you know, like our first excuse me, our first presence was at PAX East in 2023, I think. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
And at that point, like, you know, the core gameplay was there, but there was a lot missing. So we didn't even show the garage. in the game, which is like a really serious part of the experience, and it just wasn't ready, and we didn't know also how to like tutorialize it effectively in like a 15 maybe 30-minute experience, because you need it to be like really really quick and like grab people and hook people that are walking by too. Like it's sort of a different thing than building an introduction to your actual game. Like you're making a whole extra tutorial in a lot of cases.
Yeah, I mean, game dev is so non-linear,
right?
And even across every single discipline. And so for a demo like that, you're showing a vertical slice, a promise of what this game is going to be. And so that requires even the most, finagly things like UI, user experience, bits like that. You might have, a perfectly rendered, everything mocapped cinematic that works. But if the area leading up to that cinematic hasn't been built yet, guess what? You can't fucking show it.
Yeah.
Or you're starting them right there in the cinematic. Don't look backwards. Just keep going forward. But as much as that can be a real hassle while you're trying to tie off everything, it can also be a good milestone when you're saying of like, okay, we know we need to show kind of the whole thing by this point. Let's make sure all the teams are really focused on this. Let's dial in. And not only is that great for getting the public to understand what your game is, but it's also great internal.
Right.
Because
It's a forcing function, right?
yeah, until the last year of a game dev, at least in my experience, everything is kind of like theoretical. Like, oh man, okay, imagine the art there, imagine the audio there, imagine all that. Seeing the game come together is a huge morale boost for the whole team, because you know that everyone you're working with is amazingly talented and they're working hard to get stuff in. But sometimes, you might have a discipline that checks things in regularly and you see it go from like very crude to refined to polished to shippable. Or sometimes it's like a placeholder pink block for months and months and months, and then boom, shippable asset right in there. And for the team to be able to see that is like, oh hell yeah, we're making a video game, hell yeah. I don't know. It's an internal marketing asset as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, like the team seeing like those massive milestone updates is like, it's so good for morale, because I think like in game dev you tend to get so like into what it is that you're doing, you lose all kind of outside perspective, and then being able to show something, and especially like letting the public get hands-on with it. I mean, yeah, there's just like massive learnings, but also just like huge excitement, I think, for the entire team.
Yeah, it does. The way you guys are describing this does make me think it's like a lot of these big decisions have to like be this perfect alignment of, does it serve a marketing goal? Does it serve a development goal? Does it serve a team building or whatever, however you would describe that goal? Is that something that is across all these different decisions?
It could be all three, yeah.
Yeah, and it does seem like a lot of times for the big stuff, it has to be all three, right? What's it, so like what things have sort of become like out of fashion? Like, is it like, like having these big demos? Do you expect to keep making demos? Is it because of stuff like this that people do respond to them, or is it at a certain point it's going to get so unwieldy to make these things that it's maybe not worth it?
I mean, always the best way to get people excited for your game is prove that it's fun.
Yeah, play it.
Right? And video of that is only ever going to do so much. Pre-rendered stuff is only ever going to do so much. All that stuff has a really valuable place in marketing campaigns, but you get you get controllers in their hands, that's going to sell your game or break it.
You prove it to yourself too, right? Like, you can do a bunch of external playtesting like during development, but at the end of the day, the scale of number of players that you're seeing come into contact with your game through that is really pretty minuscule. And it's only through presence at like major shows like PAX or SGF or WASD in the UK or whatever it is that you actually get like a non-trivial number of people just like smacking into your game and beating it up and showing you where the weak spots are and showing you where the strong spots are and proving to you and the rest of the team that like, oh, there is some magic here. And now we have a better idea of like what's connecting with people and what's introducing friction into the experience and where we should be focusing our efforts.
Yeah. You guys all have projects in different points on the timeline. There's a lot of talk about the oxygen in the room being subsumed by the biggest games in the world and everyone just playing that stuff. Do you feel that, like, as you're getting ready to launch something? Is it something that people talk about, or is it like that's the nature of the beast? We just have to worry about what we can control?
Yeah, I think like we only worry about what we can do. I think it's, there is the sort of global presence, but also, being down in New Zealand, we can kind of just like hunker away. I think, like tinker away on our thing and then kind of come out with it. But yeah, like the big players, like, I mean, there's not really much you can do about it, right? Like, I think it doesn't stop us trying to make the best game that we can make. And so, yeah, like if anything, it just gives us like a higher target to kind of reach for. And I think like as a smaller studio, you have to be willing to, like try and foot it with them.
Yeah. And did you guys feel like you were able to like build some momentum at launch?
I mean, we got kind of sandwiched between two absolute juggernauts, Final Fantasy Rebirth and Balatro.
Yeah. The biggest of juggernauts, yes.
And you can't see that coming.
Yeah,
Right?
right.
Something like
Obviously,
Balatro.
Balatro is like hugely successful, and it's amazing. And it was actually an opportunity for us because like they're also, I mean, they're way smaller than we are. It's basically one guy, but it was an opportunity for us to kind of boost each other, and like we did a little cross promotion. Like Frankie, one of our programmers, spent a weekend making it so Balatro could be played on the Arc device screen in the car.
Oh, very cool.
And we did like a tweet based on that, which was really fun.
That's great.
Ship it.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, like the Balatro demo was out there, and I had to like prevent myself from playing because I was like, I need to ship this fucking video game.
I'm sorry.
But as far as like the big titles like that have all the marketing budget, I think it's just you have come so far in the journey, and at that point, hopefully you have some pretty strong conviction about what you've made and the way that it's going to connect with people. And you just have to assume that it'll find its audience, and you do everything you can to help it happen in terms of like marketing and press and et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, you can't control it all.
Yep.
Make a video game, put it out in the world. It isn't ever done. You just release it and you hope for the best.
Yep. I mean, is that the same for you guys over there at Gearbox?
I mean, yeah. I mean, we are dealing with budgets of that size, right? When it comes to marketing and beats like that. I mean, it makes me think of when we released Tiny Tina's Wonderlands in early 2022. There was a blurb in one of the reviews that, like, it made my day because it was like, hey, this is a great refresher after Elden Ring. Right? Because Elden Ring comes out, you're like, oh my God, like the biggest fantasy release of all time, and we're releasing a fantasy game. But I guess just the timing worked out where people were like, okay, I've had generally my fill of this enormous game, and now I'm going to play something a little more lighthearted, a little more, fizzy and fun, and that hit with people. But like, that's not something that we could ever have targeted.
Right. I was gonna say, like, how, like, are you informed by any of this, or like, does it go back to like, well, we got to work on what we want to work on, and maybe have to take fewer risks or take more risks so we stand out? Like, what's that
I'm
like?
not in the room on those things.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who get paid very, very well to make those kind of like, here's our competition, here's the things that, we need to move around, here's the people that might move if we set a date, that sort of thing. I just get in there and write really stupid jokes for trailers, so.
You do tend to like it's happening earlier in the process. Like when you're picking your release window, you do try to be mindful of, at least as far as what other titles are coming out around then, and like do your best to avoid anything that's going to take up all the oxygen. Like we had about a week before Final Fantasy came out, and we relied on Kepler, our publisher, to help us like pick that date. But presumably they had some inkling that might happen, and therefore it should be this week, not the following week.
Yeah, and then like more broadly, when it comes to starting projects, picking like what is the best idea, how do you all feel about like the ability to take risks right now? Is it a scarier time than ever, or is it just a new kind of scary?
I mean, my personal belief right now, at least, with larger games, with the dev cycles being so long, the idea of trend chasing it seems like dead on arrival. Right?
Yeah,
if I tried to make a major competitor to the biggest games right this second, it would come out in 2030.
Yeah.
So like, what am I doing there? Like, that's a totally, the devices are different, the culture is different. Probably some of those names are still there, but they look totally imagine describing Fortnite right now to people playing Fortnite 3 years ago.
They won't even remember this current season.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so you really just have to play more to what is your strength as a studio, as creatives, what gets you excited, the team. Because if a team's not excited about what they're building, then why are you doing what you're doing?
Right. It kind of maybe goes back to that idea of like, what do you need to align to actually make stuff happen?
Right.
And that stuff you can't control. So you have your team, you have your budgets, you have your ideas, and get all that stuff in a line, and then just go make something. Right? Is that about right?
Yeah, I think someone said before, like, you just have to have your conviction, right? And like, you know, I think if you're starting work on like a new project, you have to sort of workshop it with the team and kind of like find something. I mean, every different studio will have their own way of like going about it, but you know, I think like workshopping it and just kind of like coming to something that everybody kind of collectively feels super excited about. Only then really can you kind of move forward with it, and at that point it will kind of be, you know, like you won't really be like, you know, trend chasing or anything like that. It'll be something like unto itself.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to trends, like, it really does feel like you can't do much with that because it is just going to change so fast. I mean, we do have, it's weird because we have this stagnation of these same things have been popular for at least 5 years now, right? Fortnite's been out since 2017. That's longer than 5 years already. So, like, and at the same time, if you were to try to chase those trends, it's like, no, that's just not going to happen. Do you think that there is a time that we're going to get to where it sort of breaks the stranglehold that some of these bigger games have, like where something comes along that surprises everybody and maybe shakes things up? Or are we at a period now where things have settled down in gaming and change is going to look different going forward?
No, I think like there will always be something brand new that comes out that will just like completely change what the industry looks like. I think we've kind of like historically had always like something that comes out. Maybe it's not on the level of like World of Warcraft or Fortnite or something like that, but you know, these trends do always kind of come in, and so yeah, I mean, like, who knows what the next thing is, right? That's the big question.
Yeah. I mean, well, to be fair, that is a good question. But are you guys looking forward to anything in particular yourselves? Any games you want to play later this year? I can tell you, I want to play Astrobot. Every time I see that,
Hell yeah.
Every time I see that video, I just get more and more excited. Yes, it looks so
It's
good.
the only Bloodborne content we're getting.
Yeah,
So.
probably for real, yes. Yeah, it's that kind of thing where I get really excited about the prospect of something like that because Sony is reinvesting in a game that I feel feels really fresh with a million ideas, and it doesn't look like a lot of their other stuff. And it's like, man, what if this one just takes off? I don't think it necessarily is going to like take over the world, but there's a chance it does better than it ever had or any right to do like a couple years ago because people maybe are craving something a little bit different. But yeah, are you guys looking forward to anything in particular?
This is where I wish we weren't like shipping a game and I had time to do anything other.
Right.
You know?
It really is just that where it's like you are working on your own stuff constantly, right?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, yeah, like I haven't really had too much time to check out like the SGF like offerings and what's been out so far, but yeah, I'll have to like do some research on the flight home.
How about you?
For me, it's playing everything that came over the last 2 years.
Right, yeah, that's okay, yeah. So you're just on different parts of the
side of
timeline.
this.
Yeah, exactly. So, do you have like any favorites that you were like, finally, I do have time for this?
Honestly, Balatro is the biggest one.
Yeah.
Like the hour count and amount of time that has accrued over is obscene. Another one that I'm really keen to get to is another Crab's Treasure.
Yeah, me too.
That thing looks great. Haven't had a chance to hit it yet though. But yeah, it's starting to work through the backlog this summer.
Are you at a point where like you're like playing games for research, or are you like with these guys?
I mean, yeah, I'm working through my backlog. Yeah. I mean, I forbid Baldur's Gate from my house entirely because I know that when I play it, I need to dive in fully and just go into a fugue state and emerge complete or destroyed. I don't know. But I've been trying to get some like shorter experiences in there. A couple like Steam games like Abiotic Factor and Silico. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how to say it either, but yeah.
Killer games, absolutely killer. Just immediately grabbed me to the point where it's a problem, right? Where I'm like, I want to invest 20 hours into this. I have 5. see ya.
Yeah.
Like, unfortunately.
I just started playing like Rebirth,
Oh yeah, sure.
and I realized the hellish mistake that I'd made.
Yeah, I mean, that is a game that everyone I talk to, it's like, it's still going.
Yeah, it seems
Yeah.
like one of the biggest single-player games ever created. Yeah, and I just have like 0 time. So I started it, and now I'm going to forget everything and just restart it again at some point in time.
Does stuff like that ever get to you guys as developers where like you play something and you're like, oh my God, this game has all of the content in the world. We have to compete with this.
I regularly like will see a game or play a game, and I'm just like, wow, this makes me tired as a developer. Like, holy crap!
Yeah.
You've done so much here,
Yeah.
and obviously, like, it's incredible, and as a player, I love it. But some things I look at, I'm just like, the time and effort and dollars that went into this is like,
I do think about it in those terms a lot, where it's the money per second of entertainment that was spent to make it, and then I just have to pay 70, and then I'm going to forget about it after I play it on like a weekend or something like that. That seems so out of tune? Like, as developers, does that ever get to you, where it's like people are like going to play this through in a weekend after I spent years and we as a team spent millions of dollars on it?
No, for me, like I would absolutely love it if somebody like blitzed our game in a
Good.
weekend, right? Like it means that they would just super into it and
Right.
get enough of it.
You're building it for that experience. So when that's okay, good.
Exactly. Yeah, totally. But yeah, like for something like Rebirth, where they're pumping in, I don't know how many.
More.
Yeah. Like, I mean, yeah, there's no way you can finish that game in a weekend anyway. But
No, true. Yes, absolutely. Yes.
I mean, for me, like, it's obviously exciting and flattering when that happens, but at the same time, it's like, oh my God, how do I keep up?
Yes, that's how I would feel. I think is I would feel like the treadmill I was standing on suddenly got turned back on when I wasn't expecting it. Yeah, and I mean, so is that how do you deal with that?
You start making another video game. No. I mean, the actual answer is kind of connected to your last question. Like, I think a trend that's developed over the last, I don't know, probably 10 years or so is like kind of any game turning into a game as a service. It's just kind of baked in and expected that like you're going to continue supporting it. And often with free content at this point. And then, often there'll be paid content even past that. But it's just like the status quo and apparent expectation from your players at this point seems to be like, hey, this thing is going to get more and get better. And obviously it's exciting as a developer to like ship a game and really know it and know how to make it and make it well, and then get to actually like flex those muscles instead of just being like, oh, what if I detached all those muscles and went and found new ones?
Yeah.
That analogy got real strange. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's perfect. Beautiful. Get this guy doing some writing for you. Yeah.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
always looking.
But it's like that also gives the team time to like bring players back and add value to the game and stretch the amount of playtime that there is or types of experiences you can have with it in a way that's like way more sustainable and easier to reach than just starting the whole next thing.
Yeah. I wonder, it's the thing that I think a lot of people who play games assume is that the only time we ever get live service games from developers is because a corporation came down and demanded it. But I got to think there's probably occasionally sometimes where it's like, well, that would help me keep up. If I build the game that people are playing forever, that would be nice.
The steady drip.
Yeah, exactly. Is that something that you feel ever?
It depends on the game, right?
Sure.
Like, I definitely, as I grow older and I have a kid now, I really appreciate when a game is like, here's what it is.
Yeah.
Not changing.
Played Tiny Terry's Turbo Trip, 3 hours.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
In and
so
out.
nice.
Beautiful.
Yes.
I
Beautiful.
respect that. And like Hades would be the example of like when it's like, here's the release. We might do some quality of life fixes, but that's the content.
Yep.
And obviously they had more ideas, as evidenced by Hades 2 being.
That's a good place to put them, though, in Hades 2.
Right, exactly. Funnel all of that stuff in there. I respect that a lot, both as a dev and as a gamer who's like, yes, I want this experience and it's closed off. I always, to your point about like when I'm playing a game and I'm like, wow, you put assets here and not there and everything like that. I'm always fascinated when it's later in the game, when it's like, here's a whole new system, here's a whole new section that we're rewarding you for putting your time in, because like the stats are not even half of your players are likely to finish your game.
Right.
Let alone do end game content or engage with raids and stuff like that. So when the love is there and the attention is there and like, you know, it feels like, oh wow, I've unlocked a whole new game. It feels like, oh, you guys liked this game. You liked making it and you wanted to make more of it, and it felt like the attention was there because from a, you know, return on investment, late game stuff is actually barely there.
Right. It seems like that happens because there is an inflation of expectations of what a game needs to be to justify being a certain price. Do you guys think that that has reached a point where maybe that could change? Or maybe there are enough people who do want shorter games? Or is it kind of like, well, no, if we are going to ask so much from a player, we do have to build a game that feels so big that it justifies that, even if the numbers show most people aren't going to play all that content?
I think it really depends on like what budget scale you're operating at. Like for you guys, I think the answer is probably no. But for us, or like, you know, Crow Country or something, like there are definitely games out there that you see that are coming out that are like smaller in scope and shorter player experiences, and people really value that and are connecting with it and excited about it. So I think like it's sort of a if you build it, they will come situation to an extent. You know, I think also of like A Short Hike, that was like sort of a revelation when it came out of like, oh wow, this thing is amazing and it's only a few hours long.
Yes.
And the brilliance of that game is like just putting it on the tin like that. It's like, this is a short game. We're telling you that right now.
In the name.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think like there is an appetite for it, but a lot of your ability to target that as an experience is like what your risk profile is overall.
Yeah. How about you guys? Do you guys feel like when you're building a game, you have to have a certain amount of content to make it all make sense to certain players? You know what it is? It's like when people buy a car. They list all the features of why you should be excited to buy the car, and then when people own the car, they like it for different reasons. Do you feel like a lot of game development is building the list of features that people get excited so it justifies the price?
I mean, I think like early on, you kind of identify some of those like key features and things that are going to make like the massive gameplay differentiators within your game. And then as you keep developing, you just keep finding like new ones. And like, I think maybe it's just like how development goes. Like sometimes you can keep some of those things in. Sometimes you have to like pull them out just due to like time frames, or maybe like, you know, I think we were saying like, you know, games for so long are such a almost like a disparate set of features, and it doesn't actually feel like a game, like an experience, until quite late into the piece, and it's only then that you can go like, oh god, we've made like a huge mistake, or like, hey, this part here is like super fun. This needs to be what the thing is, and that's kind of when, you know, you either get the hacksaws out, or like, you know, you start like fitting things around those key like fun factors, really.
Yeah. How do you manage that? It feels like something that, like, if there isn't a strong guiding hand on the rudder, that stuff could get out of hand pretty fast. Is that the case?
Yeah, I think it really can. You can end up in a space where, you know, if there isn't somebody just like checking the game from the perspective of like an end user, effectively, like throughout development, things can extremely quickly go off the rails. But I mean, that's what like direction is there for, right? Is to make sure that you know, the game's always heading in the right direction. Like I always kind of equate it to the start of game dev as you heading off in a boat, and you know that like the destination island is like it's somewhere out there.
There's birds flying that direction. There must be land. Yeah.
And you know, as long as like you can have some like sways in the path, but you know, as long as you're mostly heading in that right direction, you'll get there eventually.
Is this why consultants matter? I've never done consultancy work in my life, but it's like you need someone on the outside, even if like their perspective is very singular. You just need someone to come in and just say something, like shake some stuff loose.
That external perspective is often really, really helpful. Like we did mock reviews pretty close to ship, which is where you bring a journalist in who writes game reviews professionally and then also provides this sort of like behind the scenes service to developers where they play through the game and write a review and that they send only to you and then give you kind of like an analysis of like, hey, here's some additional info about like what I thought was working, what I didn't. And actually, in our case, we ended up chopping off about like 10 to 15 hours of gameplay from that. And it wasn't actual like mission content or anything. It was just because of the like shape and size of the overworld map, because the mechanic in Pacific Drive is like you go on a run, when you complete it, it sort of reveals the fog of war a little bit more. Yeah. So because the overworld map had so many nodes in it, it just like was this tedious like grind to actually progress to the next mission, and the game got so much better by just removing a bunch of that like extra sort of buffer time. And you know, like, not that the game is now small, but that's also part of why we're doing like the continuing content, is because it makes the value feel good to players, and then they're more likely to recommend it to their friends, which I think, like, you know, you also can get by just making it an appropriate size and an impressive size at the start. But like word of mouth is so valuable with so many games coming out that.
Well, to your point about a strong hand on the rudder, it's also important to not do the opposite and freak out over one bad,
of course,
you know, test player or review or anything like that, and go, okay, why did we get the feedback that we got? Right? Oh, that that line didn't play, and so they didn't know the context for the sequence, or oh, man, the enemies were broken in that one section, and that sort of, and that can be points. That can be huge points. I mean, like I got a note about a joke at the beginning of Wonderlands in one of those reviews that like changed the tenor of another joke, and I went, I really like that later joke. I'm not really attached to that first one. I'll just cut that, and boom. In later reviews, people were like, "That's a really funny joke." I'm like, yes. You know, that's important, but you have to evaluate it. If I only wanted that first one and didn't want that later one, I'd make the different decision.
Does it really come down to, it's like gamers and reviewers, we're very good at saying we don't like this, but we're not very good at saying, and here's how you fix it?
Oh, well, I mean, they'll say it.
Yeah, we won't stop ourselves ever, of course not.
It's a classic term in terms of getting crit, is if someone tells you it's wrong, they're right.
Right.
If they tell you how to fix it, they're
wrong.
Probably wrong.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, we have a lot of experts. We have a lot of people who have played a shitload of games, and so you always want to intake that recommendation. Of course. You just don't take it as gospel.
Yep. All right. Thank you, guys. I think that's going to be our first panel of the night. We've got a lot more couches coming to you all evening long. We're doing it once again here on Giant Bomb at Night, live from Los Angeles. Be back here in about 10 to 15 minutes.
save me. I got a confession for you. Call me crazy, but I may be committing a crime of the first degree. I'm not pretending, I mean what I'm saying. I'm coming in with my hands held high. Gotta face it, I'm not gonna make it without your love, and I got nowhere to go. Don't you see what you're doing to me? I'm in love and I can't break free. Now I'm begging with you, baby. Please don't leave me hanging. Oh, 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 no. It's a lockdown, baby. You drive me crazy. Ain't no escaping. Your love has got me doing time. You're my attorney, my judge and jury. I'm pleading guilty, so lock me up for a key. Oh, wait. Hey, hey. I said lock me up for a key. Yeah, ooh, yeah, lock me up for a key. You can't restrain me. You can search me. I'll give it all up just to be with you. I'm so happy. Now you got me. I'll surrender all my love to you. Don't you see what you're doing to me? I'm in love and I can't break free. Now I'm begging with you, baby. Please don't leave me hanging. Oh, oh, oh. It's a lockdown, baby. You drive me crazy. Ain't no escaping. Your love has got me doing time. You're my attorney,
It's boys' night. We're having a boys' night here on Giant Bomb, live from Los Angeles, night 2. We're gonna make it happen. I'm your host, Jeff Grubb, for GiantBomb.com. I got the boys with me, including Jason Finelli. Jason, how are you doing?
I am fantastic. What a day. It's Summer Games Fest, my man.
Yeah, you've been working.
Working hard, but not hardly working. My
Yes.
goodness. I have 20 articles for 4 different outlets this weekend.
So working for real.
Doing the real work. Lots of good games to play.
I just sit here and it's all good. There's a Rubik's Cube hanging over there. Taylor Cox.
No.
There you go.
Can you solve that before we're done?
There you go.
I can't.
You have 40 minutes. Get to work.
Figure it out.
But yeah.
Mark Medina, how you doing?
I'm good. Mark Medina, but
Medina,
it's fine. I don't care.
You know what? You're the first one I didn't ask. I just assumed I was getting right because you're white.
We all met each other. Like, this is my favorite kind of thing because I'm like, nobody seems to know each other, and we're all just like meeting for the first time. I'm into it. I thought I was going to be the outsider, but no, we're all outsiders.
No, exactly. It
Right.
makes for a good couch, I think.
Yeah. No, I'm feeling good. We're doing IGN Live this week, and this isn't an ad, but it's been fun. I'm really tired.
No, we'll talk. I want to talk about like your experience for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Guillermo Leos, how you doing, bud? Glad you're back.
Yeah, Jeffrey, Michael Grubb, how you doing, baby? How you doing, baby? I got you some things. You want them now?
No,
you
let's
want them
do
later?
introductions.
Yeah.
Jake Steinberg, how you doing?
Doing excellent, Jeff. Thank you so much for having all of us. You're doing a bang-up job over here this
I
weekend.
appreciate it, Jake.
It's you know, it's tough being an influencer at Summer Game Fest.
Yeah.
But
That's why
we
have the
all
boys
see you.
to give you
The
some shit.
We all see you working hard.
influencer.
Yeah. Taylor Cock, how you doing?
Hello, I'm not in the games industry anymore, so I'm just hanging out.
Yeah, you just showed up. Yeah. Yeah, I tried to stop you. Yeah, you're our Rubik's Cube expert.
I made a cross.
Oh, there, it's cool.
I saw him fight 5 security guards.
Yeah.
Still made it in.
Yeah, he's been training for a long time.
Yeah, it's
All right, Guillermo, what do you got for me?
Okay.
I hope there's some sugar mate.
Of course, man.
All right.
I have some for Jan. Come here, buddy. I got you, baby.
Oh my God.
The best. I don't know if it's the best or not, but I'm going to say it's the best yerba mate we have.
I think it's still my favorite, actually. I've tried a bunch of different kinds.
It's the same we brought last year.
Yes, it is.
so-
Yes.
But I also
I think that bag's actually still sitting in the fandom office. So, untouched since I drank it, yes.
just go grab it.
Well, now you have a new one.
Exactly.
I have some other stuff. These are alfajores. Alfajores.
All right.
You need to try them. This is one of our best products, our best things.
Is from Argentina. in
Yeah,
case we haven't
yeah.
explained.
I'm sorry, I didn't really
No,
introduce
it's
myself.
okay. Yeah. I assumed everyone watched last year. They're watching again this year. But yeah, Guillermo's our foreign exchange student, bringing some good stuff here. So
Yeah.
how do I say
stayed
that?
at your place this time,
That's
right?
okay. Yeah, absolutely. Doors open. I have the code. It's a robot hotel, so that's all you need. How do I say this?
Alfajores.
Alfajores?
Pretty good.
C minus.
Yeah. I can pronounce Medina well. So
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
I got you.
I knew I was like, I don't need to
You
ask.
guys switch places?
Oh, no, come on.
Okay, so wait, what is this?
It's like
You
a nice,
don't even know?
No, it's really
one,
difficult
pass
to
it.
describe for
Everyone gets one.
US people.
You
Yeah.
got snacks?
I mean, it's like
Love snacks.
an ice cream sandwich, but not frozen. I don't know. Two
Is it
cookies.
ding dong?
No,
Is it ding?
it's two
Ding dong? That's
a
sort
whoopie
of
pie.
cookies,
Whoopie pie.
like
Whoopie pie.
with chocolate
I'm an expert.
on the outside, and it has dulce de leche, which is one of our best things as well. I brought you one. You need to try it as well. And I have one for Jan. I got you again, baby.
Jan.
This one's for you. This is for you. Man, yeah. They are not
They're paying me,
sponsoring
right?
us. No. Well, they could pay you. It's not going to be much. I mean, because our currency is not that great. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, all right. I'll take it.
More than enough. I don't know. So what do you think?
I like it a lot. That's really tasty.
Yeah. And
These are the
those,
exact kind of snacks I like.
It's
too.
an indescribable snack.
Yeah.
But it's...
right. Who
It's an
can say?
alfajor.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the easiest way to describe it.
How was the trip to the States?
Grubb, coming in hot, I found out we've got more gifts for you. So Lexi has gifts for you.
Oh no! Wait, we don't make the whole. Okay, great.
Happy birthday, Jen!
It's in March.
A special gift from me.
Oh no!
It's on Irish time.
That's a gift from me.
All right, I should open it.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's more wrapping paper. All right,
put a
let's.
lot of effort.
Okay. Belle and Wonderworld, everybody.
You finally get to play.
I've reviewed this game, but I'm glad to have yet another copy. I think I have a PS5 or maybe an Xbox copy at home.
But that's a Switch one, and that's worth more.
Yeah, oh, it is. Okay.
Now you can take it on
the
the
real
go.
money.
Yeah.
This is currency in Argentina, right? Yeah.
That's worth millions, dude. We don't even have that one.
Yeah, right.
And this comes all the way from the wild Atlantic way of Galway, from one John Romero.
Oh! Wait, what? This is
From his store, which I picked it up from.
Okay, that sounds right.
But also, I talked to him about this.
Is it a fish?
Maybe.
I would love for whatever it is to not be anything in the shape of that.
The actual Daikatana.
A USB drive.
It is. It's a shirt.
All right. Okay, well, first it's wrapped in a picture of the id team. There's John himself.
Beautiful.
Well, one of the Johns, of course. There's Mr. Carmack and the rest of the gang. All right, let's see here. There's more. There's like something in here as well as the shirt.
Uh-huh.
Take a look at the shirt first. All right.
What size are you, by the way?
I'm a double X. I'm a big boy.
Okay, so this is a medium.
Oh, perfect. This is gonna really hug the nipples. That's what I want. Let's see here. Cool guys at the beach. Fantastic. All right. Yep. And then, the chainsaw. Wait, no way. Did he really sign it?
He signs all of it.
There we go. Thank you, John Romero. Thank you, Lexi. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oh, man. Okay. I'm holding this the rest of the night. All right, let's go. You don't have to put it in a place of prominence. All right. I'm playing Daikatana right now, so.
Yeah, I know.
That's thank you for that as well, John Romero. All right, let's I don't know. Let's talk about whatever else except for Daikatana. Jason, how you doing?
Do you like Daikatana?
I don't like Daikatana. I will say it got a little bit better in this last level.
Good.
Yeah,
Sure,
yeah. Mostly because I was beating levels fast.
What, like D- to D?
Yeah. And listen, those first couple of stages are just completely inexplicable. They're more explicable than the snacks from Argentina. It's some wild stuff.
Yeah. Is it better than Battle in Wonderland? Whatever.
That's
sell your soul for Battle in Wonderland.
No,
the musicals in Battle in Wonderworld are actually good.
It's a little bit. Yeah, I think it's a little bit worse than Battle in Wonderworld, actually, yes. Okay. I think if I had to choose
That's
one
how
to
I
play,
compare every game.
Yeah, that's a fair bar.
Is this better?
Have any of you played Battle in Wonderworld?
No.
Okay, and Lexi has.
Not to completion.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, I beat that game. There's more to it I haven't touched yet. I'll get to it eventually, of course. We'll do some speed runs, Mark.
No, please, no. I'm good.
So you did do some speed running with me and Astro. You were part of that.
We did, yeah. That's like our only interaction. That's how we did it. We just
I watch
like
all your stuff, so I do that too.
I appreciate it.
Course,
Thank you. Yeah, no, that was a really fun week.
Yep.
And then they fixed all the speedrun tricks, and we just we're like, all right, we're done.
Yeah, they what happened was it's like there was a speedrun trick where you could punch off the ledge, and then you could do basically a double boost. So we were getting all these really long jumps, and then they took that out, so our times were locked in. And then in the last couple of months, they put it back in.
Oh, they did?
Yes.
You got to get back in there.
So all our times got crushed because of that. Because they
I see.
Mine was locked in the top 10, and then they.
It felt weird. It's hundreds of thousands of players. Then it's Mark from IGN, Jeff Grubb. I'm like, games media people.
No, you were not ahead of me. Absolutely not.
We are good at video games.
Yes, exactly.
And then they fixed it, and I'm like, no, we're not.
Yeah.
We're, okay.
No. Well, I do. That's what I do when everyone's games journalists aren't good at games. You could go beat my mountain run time, which most people still can't actually do. Yeah.
It was a fun week.
Absolutely. You still doing a lot of speed running? That's your thing,
all the
right?
time, yeah. We were doing it today. Yesterday we did it with Yacht Club, who's I think on after this. We had them at IGN Live. We did Shovel Knight. That's the only game they've ever made. So they just keep releasing different versions of Shovel Knight. We keep speed running.
Very lazy,
it's
right?
fun,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. Do something else. Come on.
But yeah, absolutely. But now I work on the guides team as well, so it's just
What's that work like these days?
It's a grind, but it's fun. We love it. We have a good team at IGN, and we're all passionate about it. We just play games until we hate them. That's usually what it's like to work on the guides team.
That sounds
you
about right.
play it until you hate it.
I can second that because I work on his guides team as a freelancer too. I never want to see Sandland again. I never want to see it again.
Yeah.
Wait, did you work for IGN?
Yeah, I did the guides for the vehicles, the characters.
Wait, what's your name?
Jason Finelli.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Hi, I'm Mark.
Nice
I work
to
at
meet you.
IGN. I run the guides team.
I sign your checks. Yeah.
I'm Jason Finelli. I'm a freelance mercenary for hire.
Oh, okay.
In games journalism, nothing else.
Nothing else. nothing else. Well, hey, what's up, coworker? How's it going? I didn't know.
Jake, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I feel like being, the star-studded influencer that I am on the floor of the Summer Game Fest. It's like, Jeff Keighley, he's probably the #1 most recognized guy out
I
here.
saw him, he was deferential to you today. I
thought
yeah.
so too.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying it.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
I didn't want to push it on you. But playing a lot of fun games. Still thinking about Jeff's presentation from yesterday a little bit.
Yeah, what'd you think of it?
I keep thinking about Lego Horizon. That one, man, there is just an energy and a confidence in Aloy and Horizon as like a thing that exists.
The hell out of that sandwich.
And I don't quite understand where that enthusiasm comes from for me.
Yeah.
But I think like the era that we're in now of like this, can we make it a brand, is weird and and can be a little off-putting. But it's also I like taking this thing and saying, hey, here's the fun G-rated version of this game.
Yeah.
So,
I did go back and watch the trailer because I was, yesterday, basically every conversation was, I don't get this game at all. I don't know how it happens. And then I was like, you know what? I'm back at the hotel. Let me just, because we actually did a bit during it where someone was hitting me with a leaf blower. So I didn't actually even watch it the first time. So I sat down and I looked at it. I'm like, it looks cute. And it seems like, my concern was, how much Horizon stuff can they be pulling from to fill out the stuff? And it's like, well, they have an answer to that. That's what the hot dog stuff. That's just from other Lego things.
Yep.
And so they're going to fill it in with that. I'm like, oh, this seems fine. Honestly, it looks like it might be a pretty good time. I've kind of changed my tune a little bit after giving it a more chance.
But you watch the trailer again, you learn, you're still not, don't know exactly what it is.
I still don't know how it happens. I'm like, I know a lot of people try to explain it's like, they're trying to force the brand and millions of players, and this will be a good gateway for children to get into this franchise. I don't understand any of that, but once you're playing the game, I would imagine a lot of that stuff just goes away, right? You don't think about that.
Well, and I've always thought as like a screenwriter, if somebody were to hand me the Horizon brand, I think I would take the plot and I would just say, I'm not going to touch this. I'm going to take what's iconic about the world, build something new. And it kind of feels like that's what they're doing in Lego Horizon. They're just taking the world and they're going to make something that just appeals to kids, probably in a way that's more reminiscent of animated movies. The game is animated like the Lego animated movies.
Yes, which is great.
Yeah, so
I
it
love
feels
that
like
stuff.
it's internalizing like good lessons from things around it. And I like the decision to put it on Switch. I think that's cool, so yeah.
But not on Xbox.
But not on Xbox.
The walls haven't come down.
Yeah, but I didn't even think about that. You're right. I was like, oh yeah, not on Xbox, huh? All right. Well, it is.
Winds of Change is not playing. The wall hasn't come down.
The CIA has not gone that far, right? They've not been able to make that happen.
Weird.
Taylor, you not in the games industry, so when you show back up to these things, is it like things are how you remember them, or is it weird?
It's a bunch of the same people, but losing people gradually over a long time, which is always fascinating. It's like, who is not here?
Yeah.
But then I get to meet people like Jake, which is lovely and wonderful, and everyone here. And Jason, who I've talked to 8,000 times and I've seen sort of been like, Jason, I know you. And like across the room, and that's fun.
He talked to his mother. That's what happened the first time I met him.
I was FaceTiming my mom, and Jeff walked up. I'm like, hey, Jeff, here's my mom. She's on the beach.
Yep.
That's right.
Perfect. Perfect. But other than that, it's been like it turns out if you're not working Summer Game Fest, it's awesome and relaxing, and like I just get to get soaked about stuff and sit on my couch and play 2024's hottest game, Golden Sun, for the Game Boy Advance. And just watch them announce video games, and not have to worry about writing about them.
What got you super stoked?
Oh God! I mean, I will tell you what got me not stoked.
Okay.
Is the sad dog game with the dog that from the Grease people?
Nifa?
It looks amazing, looks incredible, looks wonderful. That dog is gonna die. I'm not gonna play that.
Yeah, the dog's gonna die. It gets big though, so it's gonna get big before it dies.
But that's kind of worse.
That whimper it made was so real.
No.
That was a real whimper.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I feel like they're going to do the reverse. They're going to kill the human, and then you control the dog for the rest of the time.
Whoa!
Okay.
Do they dare?
Reverse I Am Legend.
Okay, yeah. If you guys were making a game today and you put a dog in it, people are going to assume you're going to kill the dog, right? Is there an audience that's like, man, I want to see a dog die? Is that happening?
You can pet it and it gets killed.
Yeah, that's happening
If
a bunch.
it's on the cover, the dog dies. That's how that works.
Right.
What happens to the dog in the game where we jump into its head? Remember that trailer? We're jumping between the heads of all the different...
There were several guys.
Okay, all right.
Likes at this. I saw a lot of guys.
He gets out of that situation alive, right?
Who could say?
All right.
Yeah. Every time I've jumped in the to a dog, it's been fine.
It's just
all
a short-term body snatch.
Exactly.
Okay, so that can happen.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, okay.
So, IGN Live's happening?
It is.
How's that been? I know we were talking beforehand. You're like, I had nothing to do with this, but you get to show up, and it's like,
true.
This is fun.
Yeah, we decided to put on our own event, and everyone should go if you want to go. It's really hype. It's I'm wearing 2 bracelets. I don't know what either of them mean. They're the same bracelet. I'm just realizing.
Well, they have different little.
It's like
tags
every time I walk in, they just slap things on my wrist. Like they're like, it means you can go places. But yeah, we were like, you know what? We miss E3, and I've been at IGN since 2015. Every year, every year we come down here to LA. The energy's here. You get to see all your coworkers, and it's just this fun weekend. And then the pandemic hit, and E3 died a slow death.
Yep.
And then we were like, you know what? Let's just do it ourselves. I swear this isn't an advertisement. It's actually really fun. We were like, is it going to be Firefest? It wasn't. It's really good.
Right.
Jake said he was there. It's an actual event.
You just want to not be Firefest, but it's not a little bit.
That's our goal. It's like Balan Wonderworld. It's like, is it Firefest? No. That was, okay. Don't even, too real. That Wonka thing that happened, it was like 2 months ago, and we were like, man, we gotta make this good. We gotta make this good. And it's so cool because it's very fan forward facing, and so it's like, sorry if I don't have a voice. I've been literally screaming at people all weekend.
That's what the mic's for. You're all right.
Yeah, but it's like we just invited everyone we know. With like 7,000 people are there and just shaking hands and getting COVID. It's great.
I mean, like not like you're calling the shots, but do you feel like this makes sense? This is working.
That's kind of the deal. Is like when you're there, you're like, no, this. We might be onto something here, right? And so it's like I've seen creators, I've seen game developers, I've seen people on Twitter being like, okay, I'm going to this next year. Like I wasn't sure, but now I'm seeing the pictures, and I think we might have something here.
Yeah.
So
now we got a point where it's like, okay, we have Summer Game Fest happening, and this is like a closed-off space. It's like a campus for people who are creators of media, and IGN's kind of doing some fan-forward stuff, as you said. We've sort of replaced elements of E3 Plus because there was never really a real fan-facing element of that.
Yeah.
Do we feel like there is a place for like the deals, the backroom deals, the conversations where like secret E3 was happening? Has that like shown up anywhere else, or did that all just go to GDC? Do we think?
I mean, I think it's all the like play days. I guess like I haven't really been to the play days. I don't know if anybody else has been, but it's like that kind of seems to be the vibe. Is like everybody went to play days yesterday, and they're like, today actually, and they're like, yeah, I've been playing games, I've been doing whatever, I've been meeting with people, whatever, and I'm just in this like. It's basically a rave, and we're just like oots, oots, oots for like, and we're just like video games.
So it is E3, all right.
It's we're trying our best over there. But like tomorrow, we're gonna have Phil Spencer there. He's gonna do a post show for the Xbox thing, and it's like it feels as close to E3 as we're gonna get for now.
Yeah, and it's like we don't need to replace the whole thing. Honestly.
Exactly.
We just need a few little bits and pieces here and there to get everyone in town to make it make sense.
Exactly. It's like, what are our favorite parts of E3? Let's do that. Make it open to everybody, and everybody should go if you want to have fun.
Guillermo, how's it been for you? Like covering the stuff, seeing stuff in person. I know you guys came last year.
Yeah.
Is it working?
Yeah. It's been pretty good. I had a 36-hour flight from home, so
That's an incredibly fucked up thing you just said.
Yeah, I had food poison on the way.
Oh, so a little sprinkle on top, all right.
Yeah.
Yes. No, that's never hurt a fly.
That could have cured my food poisoning. I had a great flight while I was being poisoned with a lot of food.
Those two things don't sound like they go together.
No. But it's been worth it. This first day was pretty chaotic, and we had a lot of appointments, a lot of embargoes. I don't know why everything is so embargoed.
Everything's
this
very
year.
embargoed, yeah.
I can't talk about anything.
I could talk about Yars Rising, everyone, which was a lot of fun, actually. I'm very into Yars Rising. Yars Metroidvania, okay, cool. Then there's like 5 other things I can't talk about, which I mean, I suppose it's nice because it puts everyone on the same footing, gives like the people who are writing content time to make stuff and go home and actually do that and have a breather. It's still just weird.
It's weird. Those games have been announced. They have shown gameplay and trailers, but we still can talk about them. I saw Dune Awakening today.
Oh, cool.
It's weird that they are doing the most blockbuster version of Dune, but with a license and with things from the movies, but it's an alternate timeline. I couldn't get to play it. It was hands-off. It was good, weird, but good. I tried some other stuff that is embargo as well. I played a Parcel Corps. I'm in love with that game.
Okay. Yo, that game rules. Yeah, it's really fun.
Which one is this again?
It's a combination between Tony Hawk, Jet Set Radio, and Crazy Taxi.
Oh, okay. My love language.
You ride a bike, you make deliveries. It's like this whole message about the gig economy, and the dev team were really cool. It looks great, it plays great, and I think it's one of those games that exemplifies what Summer Game Fest could be about.
Yeah.
What Jeff talked about yesterday, that, I don't know, it's not the AAA fest or whatever.
Right, and it can't be, right?
Yeah. And I don't mind this year. We have played incredible smaller games, and I liked that vibe. I don't know, I have like a positive energy around this Summer Game Fest. Last year, it was trying to be E3, but I don't know, something was missing.
Yeah.
This year, it's not, well, okay, yeah, it's these games, it's these publishers, and I think that's cool as well. I don't know if it's going to stay this way.
Yeah, you feel like it needs to grow into something bigger because to justify itself, or what? Because I'm not sure either.
We were way too many people today on campus, and it got crowded. And I came the first time on 2022, it was really intimate, post-COVID and everything. Last year was bigger. This year, they are using every square inch of the campus.
Yes, that is true. I was in the HQ Cabanas today, which didn't exist last year, I don't think. Yes. We don't know what the HQ stands for. Maybe high quality, maybe headquarters. They're definitely cabanas, though.
I have no idea if I can go in there.
I just walked in, and they're like, wait outside. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. That's where I saw Yars Rising.
I discovered if you walk places with a purpose, you can get in almost anywhere.
Yeah.
You have to just look like you belong.
I got the badge. I just assume I belong.
And now you have the chainsaw.
Yeah, now I got the chainsaw.
Do you know who I am?
Honestly,
John Romero.
Yeah, this is John Romero's chainsaw. Let me in.
You need to cosplay as John Romero.
I do every week, Wednesdays.
On Summer Game Fest, they are going to let you in. There were a lot of people being escorted by Jeff Keighley this time around.
Yeah.
I don't know if they are making backdoor deals like on E3.
Sure.
But a lot of people being escorted by Jeff Keighley. So that's one thing I noticed from this year specifically.
Yeah. It does feel like Judges Week mutated into this massive thing. It doesn't feel like E3 turned into this little thing. It's kind of like a whole other tract of what's happening. And it's at this point, like, the embargoes aside, I feel like it's just great that everyone feels like they have a reason to come out here. The last couch was 3 developers that weren't at Summer Game Fest in any way. Oh, wow. They're just in town for different reasons, and they've all been able to justify it. And that is probably what would have happened at E3. So it's like, I think we're going to be all right in terms of the industry being able to have that dynamism happen because we're all in person. So that's something. Yeah. And then we get the couches together and it's a good time, and that's great as well.
Yeah, I tried a little game from Blumhouse. Fear of the Spotlight.
Yes, I saw that. That one looks. Cool. That looks. I'm gonna say this is the technical term. Shit hot. It looks. Yeah. It looks so cool. Yeah. I'm like really into it. How did it
looks
play?
fucked up. Yes, actually, and it's only being made by 2 people. Like Jeff said yesterday, just a few developers. But I could talk to both of them, and they were really happy. I don't know. I don't know. That weird Blumhouse initiative was cool. Yeah. Actually,
I mean, that's something that a lot of people have been bringing up. Is this. Movie studio that has a vision of like, here's your $10 million budget to make a small movie, go make it, and that's great. That bringing that mentality to game development from a publishing side is new and different than something like Private Division, which is like, we're a big corporation, we make Rockstar games, so now we're going to make little games that are going to be massive, and it's like, no, that's not happening. So do you have faith that Blumhouse can make that make sense?
Yes. I don't know. They say the right words yesterday. Weird, subversive games, which is also a weird word to hear in a Jeff Keighley stage, actually. So it was a cool vibe. And yeah, those developers seemed like really happy and really grateful for all the cool things people were saying. And the game was good as well. I mean, it looked cool. It was a little 20-minute demo, of course. They say it's a narrative-based game. It's not a survival horror or anything, but they made it modern in cool ways and retro in others. So I don't know. I want to try those other games, Sam Barlow and Cronenberg.
Cronenberg, yes.
Yeah, that's cool as hell. So
Really neat.
I don't know. That it came out of nowhere, and right now I'm wish listing everything on Steam. Yeah.
We'll have Luis from Bloomhouse on later to talk about it, so that'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Jake, last time you were here, you were working for a YouTube channel. You've left.
Yeah.
What's that been like?
It's been great. I will say I have been the target of a mass harassment campaign, which
I'm sure it's like all based in logic and reason, but based on your actions and not who you are as a person.
As a sweet, like, little cute boy on the internet that's just getting, like,
And
head
in
kisses.
person.
Yeah. Thank you.
And in person.
It is a little weird that, like, I'm the target, because I don't think it's yielding the results for them that they want it to.
Is it because you're an adult and don't give a fuck?
It's something like that. I think the Steinberg of it all plays a role. But yeah, it's obviously there are a bunch of dum-dums. And you don't even have you can be a dum-dum and even recognize the dum-dumness of them. But all week I've had people coming up to me that I really look up to in this industry. You know what I mean? People whose work I've read for years, like Stephen Totillo or Patrick Klepek, like people that I really look up to, and they've been asking me like, how are you doing?
Yep.
And honestly, man, I am just like used to this kind of thing. I've experienced it my whole life. But the truth is, the thing that really stays with me is who stands up for me? Who decides they're going to do the work and say something and on my behalf? And the people that do, oh my God, in my good graces for frickin' life. I have so much love. I have so much respect for them. And I end up having this conversation with myself about the standard that I'm allowed to hold others to. Because there are so many people in this space who I think could get away with saying something that if I said the same thing, the Nazis come for me, but they could say it and not be afraid of that. And it gets under my skin sometimes that they won't do it for me.
Yeah.
And I want to believe these people love me, but it's hard to believe sometimes. Yeah.
There's a reason you're here, and it's because we want you here. Like that is the whole thing of it. That's that we want you represented. We don't want your voice ever to be silenced. You need to be louder. And so I'm glad you're here. And man, we got your back.
Hey.
All right, always. The thing is, I do worry about like, because they don't come from me in the same way. And so when I say something, I'm always like, and when I turn off Twitter and go away, I'm going to stir them up, and they're going to go attack their usual targets.
Right.
And so that's the kind of thing I always think about. And so I'm like, I try to just not stir up the hornet's nest these days and like hope for the best. But it's like, how are you feeling about it? Like, do you feel like it's starting to taper off? Do you feel like that? Because I never feel like it really built up in the first place. It's just a few idiots playing to the same people over and over again, right?
Yeah, it does not taper off, even when you think it is.
Yeah.
And like my mentions and my DMs, and even like I'll put a random video on YouTube and I'll get the people that are, saying pretty much the most like heinous anti-Semitic stuff you could come up with.
Yes.
And it is a lot to take on. And I think it's exactly what you said. It's some people can kick the hornet's nest, but when I do it, it empowers a movement that is so powerful right now.
Yeah.
And I think we're at a time just in our current cultural beat where this movement does have a lot of power.
It does, okay.
So that is tough. But again, it's like, man, I'm on that website with some really cool and to be in the room with them and to, be honored, like when you invite me to things like this, that really means a lot to me.
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you, this is gonna sound cheesy, but every so often I get a message from somebody in my community who says, Jake, the reason I watch you is because I learn a lot while watching you.
Yeah.
And that shit like radicalizes me.
Yeah.
That's like, I'm
But
like,
in a
oh
good
no,
way.
never. I've got a license to kill now. I've got to, But no, but I think at the end of the day too, it's like, do I want my whole thing online to be that I'm the Jew? Not really. So anytime I can come on and just like talk about, I realize what my name and how I look like, what that does. But but anytime I can come on and just kind of like talk about games and be a contributor in a real way in this space that isn't defined by my identity that I had no choice in, it means a lot to me.
Right, and it's like that's got to be a tough balance because like you don't ever want to run away from that stuff, right? You want to own it and be proud, of course, and you should be. But then it's like, I think there's we had Diego on from Argentina yesterday, and he was saying like, you know, I don't want to always be writing about how here's what video games are like in Argentina.
Right.
Like, yeah, you just like want to have the same starting platform as anyone else to be able to dip into your culture, of course.
100%.
It seems challenging. Is it?
Yeah, it is, especially since like I am a writer and I've been professionally writing since I was 18, and I feel like I don't get to own that. And the thing that I get to own is I'm the loud Jewy guy. And it's like, and listen, I love being that guy. I love being video games young Larry David. Oh, please, like, you know.
It's my favorite SoundCloud rapper.
Yeah, lovely. It's like if I could open up like a spite video game channel. No, then I'd be out of control. But yeah, no, it is tough, and I do find that even in spaces like this, like the people coming up and talking to me, they're talking to me about that, and I kind of wish I was like, oh man, other people come up, you jump to a certain place in the conversation, but like I don't get to be Jake, I have to be Steinberg.
Yes, so, yeah, and that is something I try to be mindful of. But it gets like, you know, I want to support you. Want to be like, yeah, I understand. Hey, it's awesome that you get to be who you are, and then at the same time, it's like you should be able to just come on here and talk about video games.
Well, and the truth is, there's so much love out here, and I think part of coming to events like this is the rejuvenation. It's all of those people aren't here.
Right. It's a strong reminder that no one wants them here. Everyone is so.
They're not invited.
They're not even thought about. It is so tiny compared to like what is actually happening in rooms like that out there, where it's like people are just, they're not even coming up.
Exactly.
It turns out Twitter isn't real.
Yeah.
Right. Well, no, I think it's not real for a lot of people, but for somebody like me, anti-Semitism is in my life in a real way.
Also true.
And I think people oftentimes think that it's like, oh, it's this anonymous internet crowd, but no. I am out here facing those people in my real life in a way that, like, you know, I'm getting calls from my parents asking if I'm okay.
Right. Yeah.
And that's you know, it's something to deal with.
But it's because that hatred is the same in real life as it is on Twitter. So it's just an extension of that, of course.
Right.
So it doesn't taper off, but do we have methods of putting them in their box and shutting the lid ever?
I think so. It's such a balance, right? Because you when you respond, you know you're making content for them.
Yeah.
And but at the same time, I have a duty to that person that messaged me and said, I learn a lot from you.
Yeah.
And I think at the end of the day, that's the person I care about more. And at the end, and I gotta say, I think if everybody was on the same page and doing what I was doing, I would never be made a target. I like somebody is like with as small of an audience as me. The fact that I'm being made a target is just, I think, a testament to how few people are speaking up. Like, and man, that bums me out. The fact that, like, I'm one of those people out here, I'm like the third person on the freaking list. Like, it's, it like breaks my heart a little bit because I want these, again, this industry, these people I look up to and I love and I've admired their work forever. I want them to show up for me.
Yeah. When I see my names on those lists, I usually like, all right, I shut the website. And I have that is such a privilege that I have, and I recognize that because it's like it isn't in my real life. In my real life, I walk outside and I'm like, there's another white guy that's just like anybody else. So yeah, having to carry that around all the time. I'm sorry, Jake. I am.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean,
and just to give my video game flowers really quick. Guerrilla Collective last night, that was a freaking event.
Yeah?
I loved that event. And Combo Devils, that's the one. It's a new platform fighter. They really understand animations and like what the hitbox is, what the hurtbox is, making that super readable. Freaking spoke to me, dude. Had a transcendent experience at that event last night. So Combo Devils, check it out.
Yeah, that's anything else from like these other shows? Anyone that like these smaller ones that like stuck out to anybody?
There are, at the Day of the Devs booth here at Playdays, there are 2 games. I got to play 4 of them today. I'm going back for a 5th one. 2 of the 4 that I played, my sides were splitting from how much I was laughing. One of them is Building Relationships, the dating sim where you play as a house.
Wait, what?
You play as a house and you just roll along the hill.
Are you trying to date other houses?
I've always wanted to be a house.
You have to find the bachelor pads.
If I were a house, I would have sex with a house. So.
How hot is the house you play as?
It'd be weird if you didn't.
So I have some examples. They're handing out stickers. And the stickers have little sayings on them. So this one says, hey, it's a windmill. And it says, hey, would you blow me? This one is a house and it says, my walls are rock hard for you.
as well.
Right. This one says, "Can I feel your load-bearing walls?"
That's a little bit too much.
That's the word load.
Load is good. And then this one says, "Will you use my back door?"
That's beautiful.
This guy
Too far, man.
He's making the game himself, I think. There's a very small team. The passion that he has for such a silly idea. He said he got the idea from a game jam. He said the theme was construction deconstruction or something, just construction destruction. Sorry. And he said, "What if I could do buildings? I could do relationships. I could do building relationships." And then that's where this idea came from. And it's just silly, fun. Like even the
It does sound like how we come up with shows on Giant Bomb, where it's like, we just said the dumbest thing, now we have to make it. Yeah.
Even the dialogue of one of the houses, it's like, "Go meet me up in the flower hill. I'm not gonna walk, that's for suckers. I'm gonna teleport," and then bang, it's gone.
Okay.
And he's up with it.
Is it like a visual novel?
No, it's you're walking around this island, or rolling around this island, I should say. And eventually,
Walking like houses do.
eventually you get the ability to jump with X, and every time it jumps, you just hear a kazoo sound. Just sure.
Of course.
Is the dating app like Zillow? Do they go on? Do they swipe on Zillow?
Yeah.
Do they? Yeah.
How much is the APR on this game?
But I was crying laughing with the next to this, and you can feel his energy just from my energy.
And this was on the Summer Game Fest, like?
No, it was a part of the day. Yes, it was part of the Day of the Devs,
which
live
is part of
stream
Summer Game
after,
Fest.
Yes.
Okay.
It was one of the last ones, actually, one of the later ones in the presentation. He's the one that you'll remember his presentation because he cracked a lot of funny. I remembered him as soon as I saw him. Go back and watch that part. It's very funny. And then also, While Waiting, it is a game about things that you do while waiting for something else.
Okay.
So at one part you're stuck in traffic, and you give you these you're this little kid, and you have these little activities that you can do while you're waiting in traffic. One of them is roll the window down. As soon as you roll the window all the way down,
it's like a WarioWare or something.
No, it's they're longer than that.
Okay.
It's like I roll the window down and a bird shits on my head and I get that quest.
Okay.
A bird shit on my head.
And you weren't aware that was a quest. It's just like you're just doing this.
There's
and it pops off.
there's little stickers.
Okay.
And you can press escape and it gives you like a checklist of things.
Okay.
But they're vague clues.
Sure.
Right. Like, is it raining? Bird shits on your head. You can get out of the car and there's these 3 little ducks, and if you go to each one and make them follow you in a line, you get the mother duck quest.
Yeah.
Like little weird stuff like that.
I feel like you're describing a dream I had.
They were so fun. I was
I'll be
having
explaining this to my therapist later. Yeah.
bird
shit on my head? I don't know.
Like the games that were at Day of the Devs, there was those 2. There was Phoenix Springs, which is a really cool point-and-click style adventure. Very striking art style. The voice actress who in this little demo was very, very good. And then I also played After Love EP, which is from a Indonesian developer telling a story about grief and a boy and a girl. The girl dies in the very beginning of the game, but then she comes back to him as a spirit. He's not sure if she's real or not, and she's guiding him. Very interesting game there too. I did not get to play UFO 50.
Yeah,
that's tomorrow. Hopefully for me, that is the Spelunky devs decided we don't want to make one game, we want to make 50.
Yeah.
So have fun with that.
Right. This is like the whole idea of 50 NES level games all put into one package.
Yeah. That looks really, really cool too. So that Day of the Devs in general, both sides of it have got a lot of good stuff.
Let me ask you, when you come to these things, is it most fun to sort of find these games to discover, to come tell people about more than
100%? For every AAA announcement, every mind-blowing thing I get from the franchises I expect, I love when my mind is blown even more by the games I did not hear of until I got here.
Yeah, it is.
I love the Blumhouse. Horror is not my thing. I famously play horror games by watching it on YouTube first because I don't trust my family history. So to sit down with Blumhouse Games and play this old PS1 game I would have avoided when I was 10 and get the crap scared out of me for a little while, I had fun. Still had fun.
That is the one thing that I miss about coming to these events is, I remember back when Bastion was coming out, just hearing whispers of this game on the E3 floor of have you guys checked out this fucking thing Bastion?
Check this out is like my key phrase here.
And it was just Greg standing beside a booth.
Right. Yeah.
And a big line just waiting for it and just being like, wait, what the fuck is this? Because nobody had heard of that game. Yeah. I think people Bastion at this point has become this sort of legendary touchstone of indie development. Mm-hmm. But looking back, nobody had ever we knew Greg from the GameSpot days, but when on the show floor, it's have you seen this fucking thing?
Yep. Don't you feel like there's a degree to which the indie-focused Summer Games show actually justifies itself a little bit more than trailers and stuff that we all would have watched anyways. I like it actually, as somebody that never went to E3, watching this show, it like made sense to me all of a sudden where I was like, oh, I'm being shown a ton of games that I have never heard of before so that I know what they are.
Those are the games that in the next few years, Jeff Keighley's going to be able to rely on as well, anyone else putting on a show. And that's why this year he did shift to be like, hey, let's care about these games from 1 or 2 developers, because he's like, I know this year for sure that's all I got. Next couple of years, that might also be the case.
There was so much talk about like, oh, this game is made by 1 or 2 people.
Yes. That's calculated, and it's a little cynical, but it's like, what else? What choice does he have?
But it got me thinking about back in like, and this is going to sound insane, but back in like the Atari days, when you know there's pre Nintendo, pre any of this stuff, back when most games were made by a couple people, and it seems like this weird sort of balancing
These are the
point.
people that made Doom, right? That's all. That's all
exactly.
of them. Yes. Yeah.
And so it seems like there's this sort of shift happening where it's like, hey, wait a second. This AAA shit is not sustainable at all.
Right.
Like all this stuff is like, yeah, we can make a couple of those a year, but there's so much importance that needs to be held up by these indie game developers, and I don't mean that in like the indie developers have to step up.
They have to
I mean
pull their
more
weight.
like it's cool.
Yes.
Like it's
There's
really
just
interesting.
So much writing on when a game has like a $300 million budget. It's like this has to sell 1 trillion copies or it's not going to work.
Right, and why does that happen? Part of it is, I always think about like when people try to say corporations are doing this. Well, as consumers, we demand certain things and we have a play in the marketplace. But it really is, those budgets have to be that big because they have to be massive swings for these corporations. And I think we're in a period where it's like, what are we getting from the corporations that have stepped in and took like a company like id and made them have to be bigger and bigger and bigger to the point where it got kind of out of hand and weird, and they make great games still, but it's we have to like maybe think about like, why did that happen when people were making smaller games with a few people and that was good enough, that was just gaming, and then the corporation stepped in and like, well, we need to see bigger returns, and that has only kind of, it's not only been bad, but in this moment it feels really terrible.
I mean, it would go back to a time when a game selling 100,000 copies was a massive smash hit. I mean, they think about like, an indie developer who spends 3 years making a game that they sell for $15 and sell 100,000 copies. It's like, oh wow, that justifies their next game. Yeah, great, awesome. And that obviously doesn't happen for every indie developer, but by any stretch of the imagination. But it would be rad if that was a more consistent thing.
Now, I think too that also puts a little more onus on the AAA devs that their announcements of these things have to make sense. Yeah. I think Capcom yesterday had the announcement of Terry and Mai coming to Street Fighter VI, the first ever guest characters in core Street Fighter. I think that is going to blow the doors open for fighting games in general. Just seeing all these guests. I mean, it's happened a little bit already, but like you're going to start to see franchises that were considered islands start to really infuse guest characters and these like backdoor deals, and maybe it could end up with Capcom vs. SNK3, right? But
I think they're definitely going to try to like take that energy and infuse it into core Street Fighter, like you said.
But I think Summer Games Fest is a perfect. Capcom went from DLC on discs to everything we do is the right decision, and I don't know when that happened.
Like, they're the one that figured it out.
Figured it out.
It was Monster Hunter World.
It only took one remake, one Resident Evil remake, and a good one.
Right.
And he's right. Monster Hunter World seems to be the inflection point.
They figured something out with that game. Something clicked.
Like, Capcom hasn't missed since 2017.
They really,
they really haven't.
Oh, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite was in 2017. And
well, that is Disney's fault.
I meant late 2017.
and I did review that game and give it a high score because I was focused on the gameplay and not so much everything else. Don't look that review up. But
I also reviewed that game highly for the record.
In retrospect, that's like their only miss in almost a decade.
Doesn't it feel a little bit like pop music though when we talk about these big AAA developers?
Oh,
to an extent,
100%.
there's a degree to which, like what you were saying, the decisions being made. It's like we're being trained to consume a certain kind of media. We have expectations that are built into the art itself, and then I feel like what I end up desiring at the end of the day is maybe I'm growing out of pop music a little bit. And we're watching Jeff Showcase last night, and man, that game about the woman working in the garden. Like
Yeah.
that's the one
Yeah.
that sticks with me, you know?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like that first line she comes out and says, "I don't belong here," and her delivery on
It's
it.
the David
makes-
Redden game, right?
Yeah, and it like
The
makes
fighter?
me like
Yeah,
I
she was a
believe her.
fighter? Yeah,
She
yeah,
was a
okay.
fighter.
Wonder Stop.
Yeah.
Man, Wonder Stop. That's right.
Yeah, that was very good.
And it's just there is something about like when I see that, you know, narrative third person, there's something going on here where it's like barely registering in my brain anymore.
Yeah.
This is where I'm hopeful, and like this is still massive corporation, one of their big games, but it's like it's different from Astrobot from PlayStation. Feels like could this like teach them that there is value to all these other genres if it does well, better than they're expecting, compared to what they maybe would have anticipated, and it's like maybe we can have more variety in what we approach, maybe take a few more risks and really prioritize gameplay, and but it's for too long now it has been. They have to have a certain level of production values to make it all make sense.
Well, and I think I actually kind of appreciate it. It's like the indie games can prove that something works.
Yeah.
And then you see a game. You know, it's funny, like what was Fortnite before it copied an indie game? Or what, you know what I mean?
I mean, copying's always been in games.
Yeah. So there's something to that where it's like, man, if these games can be at Summer Game Fest, find a big audience, prove success, will that have an effect on these kinds of big games that we all kind of know what to expect at this point with them? So hopefully.
I mean, it's been cool to see like these games with like hardcore, like really interesting perspectives, and also you know, especially here, but also thinking about the last year of game sales. I mean, think about Helldivers. Like Helldivers is a game at its core about nonsense. It's just about doing silly shit with your friends.
For democracy.
Just letting the physics do its thing.
But the writing of that game has a very serious perspective, like a very streamlined perspective.
It's got a target and it hits.
It's weird how it's a political video game.
Yeah, weird.
No, it's not. It's just about killing aliens.
You're telling me that all artists' perspective is political?
All right, we're going to wrap up this segment. That was a great time. We got a lot more couch coming to you later here on Giant Bomb at Night, live from Los Angeles. Thank you, boys. Thank you, Gilmo, for the gifts. Thank you, Lexi. We'll be right back after this.
Watch where you're pointing that thing.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Lock me up and fool me. You can't restrain me. You can search me. I'll give it all up just to be with you. I'm so happy. Now you've got me. I'll surrender all my love to you. Don't you see what you're doing to me? I'm in love and I can't break free. Now I'm begging with you, baby. Please don't leave me hanging. Oh, oh, oh. It's a lockdown, baby. You drive me crazy. Ain't no escaping. Your love has got me doing time. You're my You can't restrain me. You can search me. I'll give it all up just to be with you. I'm so happy. Now you've got me. I'll surrender all my love to you. Don't you see what you're doing to me? I'm in love and I can't break free. Now I'm begging with you, baby. Please don't leave me hanging. Oh, oh, oh.
It's still Giant Bomb. I'm still Jeff Grubb. Ah, shit.
You wanted me to deliver this. You just.
I didn't want to make a big deal out of it. Oh, thank you, everybody. Thank you. I'm Jeff Grubb. I want to thank all the little people, all the gamers out there that made this possible. Thank you, Mary, for stealing it from the Twitch offices. Ah, damn it. Ah, shoot. I decided to put together a good couch this time, everybody. Let's make it happen. We've got a great crew with me. I'm still Jeff Grubb. Here's Casper Van Dien, everybody. How's it going?
It's going great, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being on here. I appreciate it. Celia B.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah, we got Dave. How's it going? Dave Kim?
Yeah, we just announced our game, so feeling pretty great.
Yeah, I just played it. I had a good time. I'm allowed to tell people I played it, right?
Everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Ash Chakral would know. Ash, how's it going?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Dave Oshry?
Hey, how you doing?
You guys are going to stay in the gimmick the whole time? I love it.
Gimmick's not a gimmick.
Not a gimmick?
Everybody from Brooklyn's a gimmick.
Oh, yeah. Trey Powell, please don't use that baseball bat on me.
Well, yeah, I'll think.
Yeah, okay, I appreciate it. All right, I guess let's start with you, bud. How's it been going? Like being here, talking about the game. It's been good.
I've had the best time. I've been waiting for years and always telling Sony, you guys got to make a Starship Troopers game. And so many people do make, Starship Troopers-esque games. They're very cool. They're always fun to play. It's always wonderful. But finally, I've got a team at Offworld that made Starship Troopers Extermination.
Yeah.
And it's got all the bugs. It's got all the bugs from all 5 universes in the films, and it's got all these, and they've added everything in, more armament, all the bugs, everything you could think of, all the little details. They ask me so many questions about it, and then they go, oh, we're going to put that in.
Oh, that's fun. That feels like the difference here, where it's like the previous games were like, we're going to play in this sandbox a little bit, and this one's like, no, we're going to take those movies that Casper was in and like try to like represent them, right?
Yeah, all the movies, even the ones I wasn't in that were Starship Troopers, they did that. But they've added all these bugs in. They've added new ones in. But they have an attention to detail that was just amazing. They also, as a company, went out and rented a movie theater, watched Starship Troopers before I was even involved, and just got into it. I get up there, they all have T-shirts on, the games, the toys, and they were like, we loved it this way. The game developer, the head developer, watched it twice when he was a kid, when he was 16, and the main guy in charge of it, Peter, he saw it in French first and still understood the satire.
That's perfect.
That's amazing. That's the key thing, that they understand.
That's a high level of difficulty there. Yes, absolutely. I didn't get it as a kid, and these days that's like all I can think about is Starship Troopers, how good of a satire it is.
Oh, the satire now, yeah. A lot of the people didn't get it when they were kids, but it's something that's held because of what Paul Verhoeven and Ed Neumeyer were able to do with their satire, and they're just so intelligent. Yeah. They're great filmmakers, and I love being a part of that. And that's why I think it still, unfortunately, has the political, commentary is still relevant today, maybe even more so.
Maybe more so, yeah.
But, that's the good thing, because this movie gets people to talk from all sides, and that's what we need to do. Starship Troopers is always about inclusivity and getting everybody along, and what I like is the arc. And when I joined Starship Troopers in the movie, I joined for a girl. This is what we do, and then I became a great soldier or a good soldier, and I followed the orders. And through the universe, they had different things happening, but now they've got, in Starship Troopers Extermination, they have me back as a general, and I still want to get the mission done. I'm the best of what you can do, but the thing that's most important is the troopers. And it's a 16-player, it's on all platforms, and you get a 16-person shooter. You get to go out there, and you can work together and help your team come back. You want to get them all there. You'll die in the process, but you'll come back as another trooper. There's so many bug hordes. They have, it's just unbelievable. I'm so excited about it. If you can't tell, it's just a thrill to have the honor of that they do for the film and the game, and the same thing. I feel like they respect the gamers and the movie people, all in one.
That's got to be nice. Is it nice to like work with someone that feels like they fully comprehend what you guys were trying to go for and respects your work?
So when I read the script, I went, Ed Neumeier, who wrote RoboCop and Starship Troopers, and Paul Verhoeven, who directed both of them, when I read what they wrote, what Peter wrote in this, I went, he would be so impressed and so proud of you. And Ed's one of my best friends. He was in my wedding party. He's just somebody I've hung out with. I've read all the Starship Troopers scripts that he's written, so I've been around him a lot. I mean, he's a highly intelligent man. He's a genius IQ, same with Verhoeven. So they're just super smart guys, but they're funny, and they have a dry sense of humor. And the humor isn't in making fun of people. It's in, making fun of, what we're willing to sacrifice.
Like
to
the human
people.
condition. And,
the human condition. And so it's always been, it's so wonderful that this is now being done in a game with so much reverence and respect. And I was just blown away. Because when we were doing Starship Troopers, I'm just shooting dirt in the movie. I'm just shooting out of dirt or balls on the stick or Verhoeven going, it's the bugs, the bugs, the bugs, the bugs. But
the best Verhoeven impression I've ever heard.
Oh, I can do a good Verhoeven. But what happens is now you're in this game and you can see the world that you see the movie.
Yeah,
so you're right in the movie right away, 100%. And these bugs are badder than ever. It's so intense. So.
Can I ask you, what's the big difference for you between working in the video game space and working in Hollywood on movies? Like, is there a different skill set that you bring or that you had to learn?
For movies and then the game, for me, I got the collaborative. The collaboration is still the most key and important part of the process. And these guys we go in and we do the voiceover, what they wrote, and then I go, hey, what if I improvise some things as Johnny Rico, as I do? Because my whole life, all I've had is people yell at me, and my kids growing up with people just yelling Starship Troopers quotes, going, come on, you apes, you want to live forever? And I'm like, yeah, I want to live forever. And then, and so like, I just was yelling things, and they're like, that's great, but try it like this. And then we did all these other things. So I had so much fun. I'm like a big kid in a candy store with this. I saw the trailer and I was blown away, and I was in awe of what they did.
Yeah.
And for me to be able to say that, I've been craving this. When Starship Troopers came out and we saw it, I went, we need to make that video game. And then Halo came out, and I was like, we still need to make that video game. And then your game came out, and I was like, oh my God.
You said you worked on a Starship Troopers game?
No, we were just talking about how when I was in high school, StarCraft came out. Starship Troopers came out around the same time, and they're like almost like one-to-one, like similar type of games.
So they're similar,
right?
Yeah,
right.
And and then so you have all these things that are like it, but then when I finally got to do something that, I mean, I love all of them. I'm not negating all of it. And I think it's amazing, and I think and we need to have all these kind of things. And the variety is wonderful. But for me, I'm fucking Johnny Rico, man, and I wanted to kill some bugs, and I wanted to be in the Starship Troopers universe, and I'm back in it. And anybody can be in it, and I get to be in it with you. Yeah. I'm your general, and I said more lines in this video game than I did in Starship Troopers 1 and 3 combined.
Really? Okay.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That's actually impressive. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not just my lines. I'm going through. I'm in there with them.
Right.
I'm talking it out with them, and I help to guide and do things. And it feels like you can see that I care about the troops, and I really do. Mm-hmm. I genuinely do, because people come up to me and go, I joined the military because of you. And I go, well, I thank you for your service, and I'm sorry. And the military love that. They have the best sense of humor. But also people go, I became an actor because of that, or I became a writer because of that, or I watched that with my dad. That was the first movie, or that's the first movie I saw naked, and I'm like, oh yeah, I get that a lot too.
Celia, how's it been going for you here at Summer Game Fest?
Pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's been a blast. Our presentation isn't till the 14th.
Right.
So it's still a marathon as I'm trying to have fun at the show.
And how does that get decided? Like where you're going to show your stuff? Like it's got to be kind of like picking your spots, or like what's available.
It was kind of looking at the schedule and like seeing everyone and like what they're doing, and it's like, well, what is the most convenient? Still in the block, but also gives me more time to edit the whole presentation.
Right.
And the 14th is it. So there we go. But yeah, we're really excited. Speaking of the presentation, it is Shovel Knight's 10th anniversary.
Oh, wow.
I realized I didn't introduce myself. I'm the marketing director for Yacht Club Games. We're the creators of Shovel Knight. And yeah, this year was really exciting for us. So in the presentation, we're going to be talking about Shovel Knight, our experience so far. And we have a ton of really cool announcements that we're going to be showing off.
Yeah, it's you guys have really stuck with this game, because it seems like the players have stuck with it, right? Like they just keep showing up for it, so kind of encourages you guys to keep coming back to it.
Yeah, like we plan to make Shovel Knight games for like as long as we can, as long as our little hands can make it. We've always envisioned it as an all-encompassing franchise, and we're really excited to share what we have on the horizon. But basically, spoiler alert, we plan to make Shovel Knight games forever and ever. But besides that, we also have our new IP, Mina the Hollower. Last PAX we shared some stuff with you on that.
It's a very good game. It's right in my wheelhouse.
It is so cool. It's our love letter to the Game Boy Color. I think it's funny because like Shovel Knight is like, using Nintendo terms, is like our Mario, and Mina is our Zelda. So I'm so excited to share that with you guys soon. We'll have some updates. Wonder when. But it'll be fun.
So you're kind of here. You're like you said, it's a marathon. Are you just like hanging out with friends, talking to people? Or are you also doing work up until the 14th?
So I've doing some work, having some meetings, but like still trying to have fun. There's so many cool games like on the show floor and like at events, and it's fun to hang out with everyone and like catch up. It's been a little bit now that
For real, it's like people seem more willing to come out to this event than they have in the last several years. It's like does feel like it really clicked into place this year.
I really feel like that. It's very reminiscent of the before times, which is weird to say, but like back pre-COVID era. So it's been nice to catch up.
Dave, you guys finally got to show off your game. What'd that feel like?
Oh yeah, pretty exciting, right? Like I can't remember what exactly we talked about the last time we were here.
Who can remember?
But I remember we talked about our vision, what we're trying to do exactly, etc. Right? But what makes this really special is we've been working 3 years for kind of this moment, right? And everything starts from the announcement onwards, right? We're starting our beta in 3 weeks, and then hopefully, depending on how that goes, we can look at open beta into release. Super exciting stuff, right? Because I've been wanting to work on something like this for like the last 10 years or so, right?
This has been a real passion.
Yes. So when I was working on StarCraft 2, one of my kind of biggest, issues within kind of myself was like, man, this is such an amazing game. Like, it's still my favorite game of all time out of all the games that are released, because ours hasn't released.
Of course, once it's out,
But the problem with it, I think, at least in my head, was it's such a shame that normal gamers can never enjoy the core fun of this game because of the struggle of how difficult it is to even get to the fun. And what I mean by that,
the skill floor is
right?
up there,
So I strongly believe the core fun of RTS is something like the strategizing, the army versus army battle. I'm the army commander, action, things like these, right? But in order to even have an army versus army fight, you gotta practice like these kind of tedious clicks over, like you have to build one worker from every base that you have once every 12 seconds. You gotta build a supply depot once every X second. Like there's just so much to do, right? So if someone new plays a game like this, they have to practice for like 6 months or years, and then they can experience the core fun. So the dream has always been, can we make an RTS game that players can play, and then within a matter of 1 or 2 games, they can experience that army versus army fights, as well as like strategizing. So like we had, I believe his name was Drew, playing today. I believe he was like 24 years old or something like that. So he'd never played RTS before, right? He sits down, plays the game. After the first game, he's getting all the basics down, right? He's building a massive army, having big battles. So I wanted to test like, hey, can you try like building these butterflies that are good at killing workers? So he built a few, and then I asked him to like send it around to the back, right? And then as he's harassing the workers, I told him to attack with your main army, and then he's doing like this 2-prong attack, right? But this is like, in like StarCraft or any traditional RTS terms, like quite only the more experienced players can do something like this, right?
Hundreds of hours.
Right? But he's doing it in his second game ever of playing any RTS ever, right? So, and then we see a lot of these examples in new players. So just this moment is really, really cool kind of thing, right? And on top of that, we are a full remote studio, but we have kind of team meetups twice a year, and we aligned the whole team to be here for a team meetup at the same time as our announcement. So our whole team was in the crowd watching the announcement, and then seeing like the cinematics, hearing the music, the audio, and then seeing the gameplay footage. Like that was like the such an unbelievable experience.
Yeah, it had to be like the milestone you've been waiting for a long time.
Everyone
right?
has been, right? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
And so cathartic or like also invigorating. Now you got to get back to work. Is that kind of where you're at now?
Absolutely. So just yesterday dinner time, like everyone's just joking about like, okay, now we just have this massive amount of work to do.
Yeah.
But we're all feeling very happy about it, right? Because one of the things that we strongly believe in is we really believe at the end of the day, making a great game such as what we're trying to do here, it really comes down to experts in their area of expertise doing the best job that they can, and each of these sub-disciplines coming together, and then we can do something cool, right? Yep. And I really believe that I haven't seen such a high ratio of very talented, passionate, dedicated individuals that work super hard on their area of expertise, even if it doesn't show that well to the public. Like this ratio is so high, and I really believe this is how we were able to even get to this spot in the first place.
Yeah, it seems like the kind of thing where when I saw it, when you showed it to me, and then now I've played it, you can notice it's like, oh, everyone is just hitting at such a high level. The art is so good, the animation's so good, the interface is very easy to understand, and it's like that only happens when most of the work has happened behind the scenes, and now I get to sit down and enjoy the fruits of that. What happens now? Like the beta's in a couple weeks, you said. Was there like a chance? Was there an opportunity to get the beta closer to this moment, or has this always been the plan? Like we want to have a little breather? Or
So surprisingly, we were all kind of surprised because with the day we started, we were supposed to give like some rough outline of our schedule, right? And then this was actually the schedule that we submitted, but we submitted that saying something like, but when do games ever hit the deadlines that you set on day one, kind of thing, right? And then the head of the company, the head of Lightspeed, Jerry, he told us something like, oh yeah, I completely understand. There's no way you're gonna hit that, but it's okay, right? Even if you miss it by 6 months, 8 months, whatever, it's all good. But don't miss it by like 3 years, kind of thing, right? But sitting here today, we're like, wait, how do we do it in the exact time that we planned out, kind of thing, right?
It was Ash, right? It's all you.
I will say this: the entire team came, and it was incredible to see that. The publishing team was also there, but they weren't actually at the theater because they were turning on all of the amazing assets that you saw. The website, playbattleaces.com, please check it out. All of our content assets to actually show off the incredible work that the development team has been doing for years to get to this moment. And it really, it shows really well about that vision that we had talked about last time we were here a little bit. You know, the NBA Jam of RTS games, the ability to actually provide something that you can onboard new users into playing this, but also maybe those that are veterans of RTS can also enjoy. Those that play MOBA can enjoy. Those that play other general strategy games can enjoy. And I think this was a great moment for the entire team to be able to showcase the incredible work, and also in an amazing short period of time from a development perspective with the level of expertise that David's talking about, that everybody had kind of been working towards this moment. So it's been a huge, awesome weekend. This is just the beginning of that journey, and we're going to have some people joining our beta pretty soon here in a couple weeks, and we can't wait.
Absolutely, yes. Dave,
how you doing?
What do you guys got for us? What's happening over here?
What's happening over here?
What's happening with you?
Fucking Johnny Rico over here.
Right. Jersey Johnny Rico.
Oh, I like that. We got Fallen Aces. It's coming out soon. Tomorrow you're going to get a look. We're going to announce the release date at that there PC gaming show. It's happening tomorrow after the Xbox thing, before the Xbox thing. I don't fucking know. So we're going to have a new trailer. With the release date, and the release date's gonna be really soon. But I don't, I'm just a little. This guy's the boss. This guy actually makes the game, and when he's not around, I'm usually going, oh, "Where's the boss? Does the boss need anything?" So how you doing, boss? You okay?
I'm doing good. We've been putting a lot of work into this game. It's been a long time coming. People are looking forward to it. They're not gonna have to wait very long.
We can't spoil it, but it's gonna be pretty soon. It's gonna be pretty soon.
So people are gonna find out some news, maybe some news
soon.
Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, you guys have been on a little bit of you've got
they're pretty sharp dressed too, guys.
Yeah, they're looking pretty good.
I like this suit.
Same Taylor.
Everybody was telling me they don't wear suits here.
I'm not making the Hollywood money like you.
Showed you up a little bit. Come on,
with the three-piece on.
Yeah, exactly.
I had my bug kill tie on.
Oh,
See, all my bug count. All my
5 bucks counted on this.
Oh,
that's good.
I think you guys would appreciate that.
I like it a lot.
You do. I know you.
You guys have been on a little bit of a tour, right? Like you guys been showing this stuff off. How's the response been?
It's been great. I mean, everybody's been loving it. It's, what's not to like? You get to, other than the fact that you get to beat up goons, not our gang. We're on top, right?
Yeah,
so you're
of
beating
course.
up the other gang's goons. So it's, Fallen Ace is a game where if you haven't seen it, it's a comic book style brawler, first-person shooter where everything's a weapon. Anything you can pick up, like all this fucking shit in the game, you can pick it up and throw it. That clock, that lamp, that plate, you can beat people over the head
The book
with
of the Necronomicon right there, the Book of the Dead.
Yeah, the Necronomicon about whatever you call it over there. Yeah, you
The
can use that.
Necronomicon,
Yeah, we
yeah.
got pipes, we got bats, of course you got Tommy guns and stuff like that. And you can use all this to pretty much tear the city apart. And it's a detective story, and you got to you got to figure out what's going on. And while you're doing that, you're gonna have to beat the shit out of a lot of guys.
Sounds good. Dave, speaking about beating people up publicly, you did do that excellent billboard about putting the industry in its place.
I didn't put nobody in its place. It was a nice tribute, right? We got a lot of friends that work. We got a lot of friends that work at a lot of studios that have been shut down. A lot of friends that have been laid off or made redundant. And we had this opportunity to put a big billboard up in the middle of Summer Games Fest. And we were thinking, should we do an ad for one of our games? Nah, fuck that. We hate money and we love our friends. So I wanted to do a tribute to all the studios that are closed down, everybody that's been laid off, and if anybody had seen that billboard, whether it's the executives or people who just following everything, I want them to know those devs are making new games, those devs are looking for new jobs, and you should fucking hire them.
Yeah, you want. I want these people to stay in games, right?
Absolutely, they make great stuff.
Yeah.
Arcane Austin, Roll 7.
Yes.
Come on, get out of here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I like your gang.
Yeah.
I like your gang a lot. You guys are cool.
I mean, we're no Rico's Roughnecks.
You guys are welcome to Roughnecks any day. We need more cannon fodder.
So you guys cancel the date. I understand that, but soon. Soon. Yes.
All episode 1, early access.
Cool. Hey, early access?
Yeah.
How do you guys come to that decision? I think I love early access
We've done
games.
early access for most of our games.
Yeah.
So if you're familiar with other games like Dusk, Medieval, Ultra Kill, stuff like that, early access works really well for us because we get to build the games with our players and they're episodic. So we get to polish it, release new stuff, polish that, do features based on their feedback, and it's just a really great way to develop games.
And it seems like there's a certain type of player that is very down with early access.
Well, because they're buying in.
Right.
They want to help
They
you
have
make a
ownership
better
over it,
game.
right?
So the
Yeah.
people that buy early access, those are the people who care about your game the most, and we always reward them because the price is always cheaper in early access. So they're the best players, and they're the ones we build the games. By the time the game comes out, you've got a huge player base of people who are invested, and your game's good because you've been working with them to fix all the problems and give them all the stuff they've wanted for years at that point. So it's a good way to do business.
Is that something that sounds good to you, Trey, where you're like, okay, we get to...
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you get the game early, you get it cheaper. We like to listen to a lot of feedback from players. It's very important to kind of balance out your game and understand what players want from the game. So we take that feedback and we make it better.
Yeah.
So it's very important to us.
Yeah. So Celia, when you have multiple games in the works, and then you have fans also coming at you with ideas of what they want, is it frustrating to be like, just let us work on these a few games, let us get that out the door, and then maybe we could talk about doing the next dream project? Or is it like you guys do start working on stuff maybe a little bit more than you should? Or how do you guys manage that?
So just for full count, we are working on Mina the Hollower.
Right.
We are working on Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeons DLC.
Right.
Shovel Knight Digs DLC. And, whatever else is on the horizon.
Right.
Find out June 14th. Yacht Club Games. Okay, anyways, so for that, I don't know. It's kind of those things that, our community is extremely passionate, and so are we. So they're getting pumped about stuff. You know how many times, one of our teammates will post a doc of a game that he thought of, and then we all decide to take time out of our workday to go pitch ideas for this imaginary game that we may or may not be making in the future. It happens a lot. I've done it myself. And so it's kind of one of those things where it's okay to be excited. I think it's fantastic, and our enthusiasm is right there with them. And obviously, because we're working on several projects as well. So yeah, we're stoked. But also, yeah, everyone be patient.
And you're an indie studio, and also a multi-team studio as well. You have multiple projects going at once. How do you manage that?
That's a good question. Coffee. There's this really tasty noodle spot on the office's street. It's called Killer Noodle. It's delicious. Besides that, I don't know, a lot of hope and dreams. We click our heels, you know.
Are there people who are dedicated to one project, or
So we have multiple teams. Okay, so keep in mind when people picture Yacht Club Games, they tend to picture a huge studio. We are about 20 people.
Right.
That is it, and that's counting marketing, which is me, and then PR, which is also me, and then accounting, in all the teams and everything the sort, QA included. So for that, we have an internal team that's focused on Mina. We have an internal team that's focused on redacted statement. Check out June 14th. And then we have, we're also working with our partners at Nitrum to work on Dig. So it's everyone has their hand in everything, and we're just going as a well-oiled machine.
And this it feels good, right? To have this many projects going at once.
It does.
Yeah.
It's a little bit it's just you're keeping with the pace. It's a marathon, so no one wants the focus on everything is that though we have our hands full, you're not working too much. And what's cool about our team is that we're really close knit, so we're all helping each other out. So it's never too much work, but it is a little bit of wearing multiple hats.
Right. Dave and Ash, you guys ever feel like you wish you had multiple pokers in the fire, or you're happy to just have your focus on battle aces?
Yeah, our hope is we want to tackle one problem at a time kind of thing, right?
Sure.
Because everyone knows making a game is so hard, making a great game is even harder, close to impossible kind of thing, right? So that's why we want to keep the scope focused. But one other thing I wanted to say though was I really believe we have a very unique art style that's very cool, as many players have seen in our cinematic. But so the fantasy is you are the battle ace inside the core commanding all the drones, right? Mm-hmm. And what's one of the things that's very unique about our art style is there's a lot of different types of bugs, dragonflies are in the cinematic, wasps are in the cinematic, we have hornets, etc.
Casper perked up there when you said bugs.
It feels like
someone say bugs.
PTSD
started kicking in.
So it feels like it's the first RTS that Casper can play.
Yes,
I
can't wait.
Yeah.
So when you guys have this vision of getting new players in there, has the response so far been, I see that vision just from what you've shown, or do you think it is going to take people getting their hands on it? There's obviously a bridge that needs to happen there, right?
Yeah, I think it's just been really positive from the feedback that we're seeing so far. But what's been really cool is a lot of people sending feedback in that this might be an RTS that they might try.
Yeah.
That some of them either have fallen off from playing it from the past, or those saying that this is something that they couldn't have gotten into before, but it felt like this is something they could actually try for the first time. And I think that's kind of our vision and our goal of trying to make sure that those are some of the community members that we kind of bring on board, but also those that have played in the past. But one thing I'll say is this too, is if you look at the RTS genre, it kind of had let's say, a cap that, there was very big with something like StarCraft 2 previously, but there's also, hundreds of millions of players that play things like MOBA or other games and larger, broader strategy game. And I think that this game is poised to actually be the one that can bridge some of those communities together, and honestly, with the innovation that has been done in both UI and control, make it feel like something that they can get into that's familiar, but also for all those core, veteran RTS players, something they can still sink their teeth into and then really get into. So it's really awesome. Sure. And I do love the theme. We are battle aces, and it seems like there's a fallen aces.
Yeah,
aces, everybody.
We gotta come help each other.
Yeah.
Kill them all.
Yeah.
Kill them all.
Man, that's fun. I like when you say that. That's a good time. Casper, now that you've had this this very positive experience, it seems like, with Extraction, do you envision a world where you're like, maybe I can branch out to other video game projects?
Oh, I would always love it. I mean, my daughter's really into it, and it's an incredible world, and especially with with the way everybody's speaking here, it's so beautiful, and to see that kind of community and just the way they're fully in character and totally
character.
I'm in character too, okay? Right? I mean, solid character. I like your character.
All right.
You got good character. All right? I like that. But the community that they created, honoring a film that has always been something I've dreamed about, having that come in is just amazing. And they got this new technology using Carnage where all the bugs, when they die, they're going to stay there and you can crawl on top of them. They use it to crawl over and get it in. So it's like you can dig through them. You can get them all fall down on. Yeah, they have it, and it's there the whole time. And there's blood splatters there, and they stay. They don't disappear. It's so fun. It's so cool. I'm like, I cannot tell you how excited I am about this game. and I'm not supposed to tell everything, but there's a shovel in Starship Troopers 3 in the movie that's, not everybody saw, but it's my introduction. It gets blown up through a bug, and it goes and impales a soldier, and I pull it out. That's my introduction. And I said, give me a hand. Somebody grab that foot, and, I do all this thing. They put the shovel in the wall, and I was like, oh, yeah, I pulled that out. They pulled it out so you can hit bugs with it, and you do.
Incredible.
I just talked to them, and these people are so into it, so they're nerds, and I'm a nerd, and I've been going to Comic-Cons for forever. I love comic books. I'm married a cosplayer who's also just the sweetest woman in the world. My daughter's a gamer. All this is my whole world. Somebody asked me once, they said, what do you think those people at Comic-Cons that dress up, that's kind of weird? And I go, what do you mean? That's what I do for a living.
Yeah, right. It's the job, right?
Jesus, I'm like, it's the coolest thing in the world.
Playing dress up and just someone
it's the coolest thing in the world. Yes, it is, and it's fun, and that's what we're creative, and all these people are so creative. I'm just around geniuses, and the people I get to work with are geniuses. This is, for me, it's fun. I want to be around that. I want the kindness, and I want, I just want that camaraderie. It's beautiful.
And isn't that what's like kind of special about the game? Is like now people can kind of have that play that you get to play. You're playing on film, on stage, and now people can do that just in a game in a safe space, right?
Yeah, and that's what I think they all do. I think that these people help inspire like films. Games now inspire films. Films inspire games. There's such a crossover for all of it. But it's we get to have fun and we get to live and we're dreaming, we're creating, and there's something about creating something that is just so magical. And when you see people that are so good at it, I'm sitting on a couch with all these talented people. I'm working with the most talented group for me, and I've always wanted this Starship Troopers thing, and then they do it, and I sit there and I'm like, oh my God, look at that, oh my God, and they're like, even the song in the trailer they put out, the trailer we have out. They have a Scorpion song. Well, that's the first album I bought by it. They didn't know that.
It's all coming together then, all right.
It's the first album I bought when I was a kid. So it's just like there's all this weird synchronicity that I think that's happening. But when they put in all that details and when they're talking about how their camaraderie and how beautiful it is for me to just sit here and listen to it, it's wonderful. I love it. I'm having the time of my life.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I hope I keep doing more.
But yeah, for real. Yeah, seems like there's a lot of opportunity to do that. I hope so. I did play a little bit of Extraction when it was in early access, and one of the things I really like about it is like you get a lot of stuff where it's like 4 people can play together, 8 people. It's like 16. It's like, man, I'm gonna actually like make a date out of this and like try to get a whole crew together and like make a really big deal out of it. And that's like that does like lend itself to like maybe we can get in there and like actually do a little role play and have a little fun in there and like make a meal out of it.
Yeah, and have the people yell all the quotes from Starship Troopers and any of these other great movies. We can just add them in the different flavor. It's like I throw in things from different things, but from different movies or different games that I like. So I just think it's fun to have that kind of thing. I'm playing tomorrow with my daughter. We're gonna play live on her stream. We're gonna stream at 3 p.m. We're gonna stream us playing Extermination with a whole bunch of different people. So
oh, that's awesome.
See if you can get in, man.
Yeah.
We'll squad up.
Hell yeah, that'd be great. Yeah. Dave, Beyond Fallen Aces, like New Blood Publishing, how's that been going?
It's going great. We're more of a studio now than a publisher, because all these people, we publish their games and they wouldn't fucking leave. So then we just hired them to be the developers now. So we're making so many games. Everything's going good. Ultra Kill is, it's beyond, it's gone beyond our wildest expectations. It's not even finished yet. We remastered Dusk for no reason last year. We did Dusk HD. We're like, fuck it, why not? We're actually this summer we're bringing Faith, the Mortis game, scary, Faith. Everybody knows Faith. We're bringing that to Nintendo Switch, and then we're bringing it to Japan. We're doing it in Japanese. We redid all the voiceover.
Well, what's that like? Do you have to like work with like a team to like localize it, or?
Yeah, I got some Japanese guys. They got it under control. Yeah, they got wise guys over in Japan. Yeah.
I think that's called the Yakuza.
Yeah. We can't tell them it's the fucking Yakuza. Jesus. Nice guys.
You're trying to be coy.
Yeah, but it seems like this kind of outfit that you have, not the one you're wearing.
Yes, my outfit.
Yeah,
yes.
the New Blood outfit you got going on over there. It feels like the kind of thing that I want to see more of. Do you expect people to kind of like replicate what you've been doing?
I mean, it's different. I mean, there's also been some like really cool indie shit popping up lately. Like Blumhouse is an indie publisher now. Innersloth is an indie publisher now. Who saw that coming? So I think from the ashes of all these layoffs and other bullshit that's been happening, there's gonna be a lot of new indie studios popping up and a lot of new single A, double A studios popping up, and a lot of really good shit. And it's up to do, shows like this to elevate it and, promote it. And, we do a pretty good job of that at New Blood, using social media, using whatever we can do, doing these things on Steam and Xbox and all these, this, that, and whatever, to really, get these new indie outfits up and out there so they could be the next New Blood. And it's weird to sit here and say the next New Blood because, we've been around for 10 years now. I'm a fucking dinosaur. Yeah. But, there's people that can be like, one day I want to be like New Blood. And I'm like, yes, you can. Absolutely. All you got to do is make good fucking games and stick with your friends.
Yeah, it really does come down to, it's like, make the good games, right? Yeah. Make the stuff that people want to play.
It sounds easy, but it took us 10 years to get here, Yeah.
Congratulations. I think it's awesome.
Yeah,
thank you,
absolutely
Casper. Thank you.
Trey, is it beneficial to have a goon like this in your corner?
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, I was just kind of, fucking around, just doing whatever on my own with another guy. And I got Dave's attention, and he picked us up. And, now we're here. And, everybody loves the game that we've talked to. And, I don't think it would have been to the state that it was if we didn't have a lot of help along the way. And, Dave knows what's fun. And he knows what the fans want, and we know what the fans want now, and it's just good.
Yeah, I think we have fun over at New Blood. New Blood's a big team now. We're almost like 30, 40 people. You forget, and we've had everybody's been working so hard on Fallen Aces. Shout out to the team. Shout out to everybody on the QA team, on the dev support team. Shout out to Cam, Scott, Zombie, Lucas, everybody who's been working on the game. Jason, of course, the co-creator of the game with him. Everybody is home working on the game right now because we got to get it out soon. We're here having fun on this fucking couch, and they're home, working on the game. So they're the real heroes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So it's been fun though. It's been fun. We have fun. We work hard. We have fun, and it's good, man. It's good. It's good to be the boss.
Yeah. It is. Everyone.
Be a boss.
It's good to be the boss.
It is great to be the boss.
Hey, everyone's feeling good about Summer Game Fest though. Everyone's having a good time. Everyone had absolutely. Yep. All right, I think that's going to do it for this segment, everybody. We are going to get out of here for now.
You told me there was going to be gabagool.
It's good. We're going to serve
fucking gabagool.
We're going to serve the gabagool over there, all right? We're going to get out of here. Back with the gabagool right after this.
Gabagool. Kill them all.
Oh my God.
We off.
I don't think so.
Lockdown, baby, you drive me crazy. Ain't no escaping, your love has got me restrain me. You can search me. I'll give it all up just to be with you.
Check. Hey, check.
Don't you see what you're doing to me? I'm in love and I can't break free. Now I'm begging with you, baby. Please don't leave me hanging. It's a lockdown, baby. You drive me crazy. Ain't no escaping the love. It's got me doing time. Turning my judge and jury. I'm pleading guilty, so lock me up for with the key. Oh, yeah. I said lock me up for with the key. Yeah. Ooh, lock me up for with the key. Baby, it's a lockdown, baby. You drive me crazy. Ain't no escaping the love. It's got me doing time. Now you're turning my judge and jury. I'm pleading guilty, so lock me up for with the key. Lock me up for with the key. Keep me in there. Lock me up for with the key.
The Nazi boys? Oh,
Someone on the floor should get that one.
I'm about to tell the world. We have a crowd.
I'm feeling nasty. Testing. Testing.
Make it should look really bad.
I already did. That was the worst.
For shoot.
I walked in, nobody even asked me what. Yeah.
I'm good. Thank you, Doug.
The mic is hot. You cut the mic so hot.
What do you mean?
I'm scrolling for attention. The Wi-Fi's keeping me alive. You can't restrain me. You can search me. I'll give it all up just to be with you. I'm so happy. Now you got me. I'll surrender all my love to you. Don't you see what you're doing to me? I'm in love and I can't break free. Now I'm begging with you, baby. Please don't leave me hanging. Oh, oh, oh. It's a lockdown, baby. You drive me crazy. Ain't no escaping. Your love has got me doing time. You're my You can't restrain me. You can search me. I'll give it all up just to be with you. I'm so happy. Now you got me. I'll surrender all my love to you. Don't you see what you're doing to me? I'm in love and I can't break free. Now I'm begging with you, baby. Please don't leave me hanging. Oh, oh, oh. It's a lockdown, baby. You drive me crazy. Ain't no escaping. Your love has got me doing time. You're my attorney, my judge and jury. I'm pleading guilty, so lock me up with a key. Oh, 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 yeah. I said lock me up with a key. Yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Lock me up with a key. Baby, it's a lockdown, baby. You drive me crazy. Ain't no escaping. Your love has got me doing time. You're my attorney, my judge and jury. I'm pleading guilty, so lock me up with a key. You gotta take away the key, my baby. Lock me up with a key. Keep me in there. Lock me up with a key.
13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
I got the nasty boys with me. It's gonna be very professional, I'm assuming. I got the whole crew here. The concave is happening. We are going to discuss what's gonna happen in video games for the next 5 years. It's all decided now. All right. This is the collusion you've been worried about. It's here. We're gonna. Okay, here. There's too many people.
There's not enough people, crucially.
There's not enough people, but what we're going to do is, instead of me introducing everybody, we're going to just have everybody very gingerly announce their name and then move on to the next person, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's start.
Yeah. My name is John Carson. I'm from the Indian Former.
Carson.
My name is Brendan Groom from Pass the Controller. Play more indies.
Brandon.
My name is Charlie Wackolds. I'm a freelancer.
Charlie.
Oh, I'm Jesse Vitelli, aka Young Elmo.
Yeah. Elmo.
I'm Tatum. I do public relations for video games.
Tatum.
I'm Moises Taveras. I am a staff writer for Kotaku.
Moises.
I'm Michael Hyam from Hit Video Game website, IGN.com, baby. Let's go.
Michael.
I'm Alex Van Aken from Game Info.
We were snaking.
What are you talking about?
Alex.
No, I'm not here.
Bye. I just want to say that Giant Bomb Doug trioed you.
Yes.
That's what just happened.
Yeah.
I'm Kenneth Shepard. I'm a staff writer at Kotaku and a co-host of Normandy FM.
Kenneth.
I'm Eric Van Allen. I am a senior editor for Destructoid. I'm a co-host of Normandy FM, and I'm a co-host of Axe of the Blood God.
Eric.
These are the nasty boys.
Yeah.
Couldn't be me.
Well, okay. Are you the least nasty?
Don't lie. Don't lie.
Definitely not.
God is watching. Don't lie.
Hey, yo. I don't know.
It's illegal for you to lie
That's
to me.
not for me to determine.
Yeah. I assumed you would be the nastiest, and since this came together, you're like, I'm too good for this. I'm at IGN now.
Yeah, shit's changed,
Shit's
man.
changed,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Michael, you've changed.
You go.
Those checks hit different, huh?
Checks hit different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
Y'all got benefits?
What's that like?
Not for you. That's fucked up. No, you go up a couple blocks, you go to hit event for SGF, IGN Live, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Always be selling, buddy.
Yeah, that shit's crazy, but I'm here to do work. I'm not involved in the production of that thing, but I got mad respect for it. So.
I've talked to a lot of people from IGN. No one's involved with the production, apparently. You all just showed up, and it was like, yeah.
That shit got put together on its own.
Yeah,
so.
it's just magic. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really weird to see that thing come together. It's like a stark contrast to how things we've always done at GameSpot. Because I've been at GameSpot for like 6-7 years. So it's really weird, but you know, see different sides of the industry. Opens your eyes.
You all nasty boys. Is it the kind of thing where you got this clique where you're making your own thing instead of like trying to break into other stuff? Is it good to have like your team, your crew behind you?
Fuck these fools.
Did you call it a clique?
Yeah,
I don't know. I like clique.
We finished
Yeah.
gang.
What are you saying?
I'm saying your bullies in high school.
We like to spread terror at events that we go to, actually.
Oh, that's true.
A terror group. Yes, that's what I should have said. Of course. Yeah. I don't know. So when we put this whole vision of what this would look like together, I wasn't expecting it to actually be this mob of humanity. I don't know what I thought it would be. I thought we'd be able to fit everybody on a couch. That was dumb of me, clearly.
When we roll deep.
We roll deep.
The
Crisscross applesauce
deepest.
is how we roll. Yeah, hell yeah.
We could also try and get everybody on this couch. I don't know how that'll work for the show, but...
Can we put everybody on the couch, Jan? No. No, he's saying no. Mike's saying yes.
I can't believe Jan is shutting us down.
Getting a lot of conflicting orders here.
Yeah, I know. Me too. Yeah. When I was at SGF earlier, we were seeing Mike Minotti from across the street, and I yelled, "It's Mike Minotti!" And then immediately, all of the security guards around us started going, "Mike Minotti! Mike Minotti!" They don't know who he is. They just like his name that much. I don't know. It's been that kind of show. Okay, so what do you guys want to do? What do you want to talk about?
Mike Minotti!
Yeah, we were talking about Mike Minotti.
Mike Minotti, yeah.
We're going to talk about Mike Minotti?
Yeah.
All right.
Don't talk about him all the time.
All right, we'll talk about something new.
We need. Listen, I've been a big fan of Mike Minotti, but not anymore. We need less of this motherfucker.
A moratorium on the Mike Minotti.
At least for an hour.
Yeah.
We need to dismantle and destroy Mike Minotti.
Yeah. What's the plan to do that?
Turn real fast.
If you say his name, you gotta
We're here
get
to
your ass
start beefs. Can we talk about the etymology of the nasty boys?
Sure.
Where does that come from? 'Cause you named us this.
We didn't determine
our
that.
name is the Worm Boys internally.
Wait, the what boys?
The Worm Boys.
The Worm Boys.
Carson,
That's pretty nasty.
Rep the show.
Nasty.
All right, do you guys want to be the Worm Boys instead of the Nasty Boys? We can determine it right now.
No, we can live. We can live with the nasty boys.
Okay,
we just want to know how we got here.
I think that we were talking, and we were in a meeting at giantbomb.com, and I think Bacalar said we need to give him a name, and I think Jan said, "They nasty."
Damn.
And I'm pretty sure that's all there was to it. And then I think immediately Dan was like, "Yeah, the Nasty Boys,
feels
like the
like an
WCW tag team group."
I like that.
And then we were all like, "Yes, like the WCW tag team group." I think it was that simple, really.
Oh, yeah.
And then we were just like a big fan of it. Like, yeah, we got to bring the Nasty Boys on this stuff.
Aw.
That's the energy we
I
need.
like it.
Yeah,
I was just
absolutely.
curious.
No.
It's just fun to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
It rolls off the tongue.
Get nasty.
What's that?
I was just saying get nasty.
Okay, get nasty. I'm sorry, you just come through like 7 people's like qualms
okay. Yeah.
over here before it gets to me. Yeah.
Understandable.
John, when I first met you, I was sick in Dan Reichert's bathroom.
Yes. You were. I brought you a Gatorade.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
To
Saved
make
my
sure that
life.
you felt better. I don't think you touched it for like 8 hours after I got there.
I was sleeping. I slept basically that whole weekend. Yeah.
But thank you for being sick, so I could chill on the couch a little bit longer.
Absolutely.
Really just, like, solidify myself as the second young Elmo.
Yes, right. Of course. That's
My apprentice.
My father.
Yes. Call me Elmo. Young Elmo is my father.
Like, you accept the young Elmo name, right? That was like not a problem.
Oh yeah, no, that was absolutely, that was great.
Huge problem internally.
Internally,
Well,
look,
he's called Young Worm internally.
the branding is
Yeah.
fucked, but we're okay. We'll be all right.
Yeah, people don't remember Young Elmo got the name because you were sitting in the back of the Brooklyn show when we did GB Live, and you were Elmo the entire time.
And that was the first time I met any of y'all.
Yes.
Like Jan and I kind of knew each other, and Jan was like, "Oh yeah, come hang out." And then Dan was like, "Someone needs to get in this Elmo costume," and I was like, "I'll do it." And then
I sat there while Austin Walker explained something to Dan, and I was just sitting there next to, it was economics, and I'm just sitting there next to Elmo. Yeah, I'm sure you did, yeah, crucially. And now I'm young Elmo.
Yeah, absolutely. And whenever we are talking internally, we're like, maybe young Elmo can help us with this. We do say that quite frequently.
Young Elmo is very wise.
Yes, young Elmo knows all.
Do you guys ever ask yourself, what would young Elmo do?
Yeah, I do personally. I don't know about these folks.
WWYE, of course.
Yeah,
some armbands.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
there you go.
We'll start selling those. That'll be the real racket. Moises, how you doing?
I'm chilling.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm a little buzzed.
Nervous about being surrounded by so many whites?
Crucially,
oh yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Hyam, last time I chanted DEI at Boston, you got really mad at me. Yeah, see, I want to hall pass. Can we chant that?
Well, okay. Well, a couple things we need to address here.
What are we chanting?
This is like the 20th time you've mentioned hall passes. What do you think that means?
I think it means I get away with things and I don't get canceled.
Okay.
Yeah.
When did I chant DEI to you?
No, you didn't. I chanted it at you, and you got very mad at me.
Okay, the third part. I got very mad at you?
Well, you were working.
Okay.
Yeah, it was work. Yeah. Actually, I think you and Blessing had just done it, and I came back from the bathroom and heard it, and I'm like, I'm gonna get in on this.
What event was this again?
PAX?
Was it PAX just this past PAX?
I think it was a recent PAX.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay, well you can't chant that.
Can I just be in the glow of you chanting
Grubb.
it?
First of all, it was Michael and Nikki and me.
Oh, that's right.
There was also oh, you're not. No, he was definitely Blessing. Well, I'll check with Blessing.
Wait, are we canceling Grubb right now?
Somebody check the tape right now.
Canceled.
Choke the duck.
Canceled is very good.
I get canceled all the time, pretty much constantly.
So what do you want to hold fast to?
I wanted to chant DEI, that's it. That's fun to chant.
What you mean by that?
I mean that I want to chant DEI.
Do you want DEI? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
You can like nod your head along with the cadence.
Yeah.
Okay, can I? That's good enough.
You can chant REI.
Okay. Yeah, I'm big fan. Yes, that's what makes me so white. I love realtors. Yeah.
Okay, I have a question. No,
a lot of questions.
You can't set it up.
You can't do it,
Okay. You're in a safe space.
All right.
You're not.
No. This one's for Ken Shepard.
Yeah.
Can Ken chant DEI with us because it's June? Well, not just because it's June, but can he say it?
Are you asking me? You just said I couldn't.
I think Ken could do it. He's part of the initiative. You know what I'm saying? We all got to stick together for diversity. Yeah, intersectionality. That's how you actually achieve greatness.
Right. That's how we're gonna
true
solve things.
Diversity
with
is
chance.
Well, no, but
Chance.
we can all come together.
We're not saying chance.
So Ken can chant it with us.
All right, cool.
Hey, wait, I don't know if any of you know this. Who do you think Mike Minotti's favorite rapper is? I know you don't want to talk about it.
Macklemore.
Goofy?
Which in recent months, I would kind of respect it.
Yeah, you're not a good rapper, but.
He's just saying some cool shit about Palestine, that's all.
Maybe not a great rapper, but seems like a good person.
Oh yeah, good person.
I know the answer. Hey, what's up? I know the answer.
We got another person on now.
What's Mike Minotti's favorite rapper?
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah.
I am not throwing away my shot. That's what he said.
In the room.
Tatum, how you doing?
I'm chilling. Oh wait, I need a microphone.
They got you. Yeah, don't
I'm
worry.
chilling.
Yeah. How's this been going for you?
Pretty good. I mean, I'm not really showing anything. I'm not really like PRing anything. It's more so just like seeing what's going on and just seeing all of the wonderful boys.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, that's the best part of these things.
Are you most of you? Not everyone's in New York. Are most of you in New York?
No.
3 of us.
Raise your hand if you're from New York.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So how often do you?
Please pin your location.
No. On Pride Month?
Yeah.
In June?
No minority on minority crimes, okay?
So wait, can Ken not say NYC, but can say DEI?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like I'm being policed a lot on this street.
Yeah, right.
Happy Pride.
Ken, you can say whatever you want.
Thank you. Crucially, I can't, but like. Okay.
Okay, so then how often do you all get together and like nasty it up?
Oh, jeez.
I don't know if I like that verbiage.
We convene in person sometimes, but then we also convene online. We convene through spirituality.
Sure.
Yeah.
Seances.
We
Ken and I also convene like every other day because we work together.
Yeah. Sure.
I see that boy more than I see most anybody else in my life.
Yeah.
But I think like about once or twice a month we usually get together. Usually at your place.
Are we talking about the New York City people specifically?
The New York contingent.
Oh yeah, they just come over my apartment and like hang out, and they made me watch The Matrix for the first time 2 weeks ago. I had never seen The Matrix before, and they had to explain it to me because I literally knew nothing about the movie.
But
he literally did not realize that Neo was the one.
So wait, well, after watching the movie?
It's that
It's the one backwards.
Yeah, like by the end of the
Are you
movie.
okay?
Am I okay?
Yeah.
I'm never okay.
Okay.
I don't think he's ever been.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Did you watch Reloaded?
No, I didn't watch
No,
any
I'm
other-
desperately trying to make him watch the other ones. He doesn't. He's fighting me on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's being a little bitch.
He also
It's fine.
hasn't seen any of the Ghibli movies.
What's The Matrix?
Whoa, why are we throwing that?
Charlie, you don't watch movies at all. Like, you do not watch movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Here's my hot take. Movies are too long. Every movie should be 45 minutes and not a minute longer. Yeah, I know, and that's Yo, people are like, have you seen Dune 2? That movie's 3 hours long. Fuck no, I haven't.
Cancel.
Okay, so you want movies to be TV shows? Do you want TV shows to be TikToks? Like, what happens next?
No, TikTok has permanently destroyed my brain in a way I will never get back.
The only thing he watches is Bravo.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I'm not. I love Bravo.
Sure, right.
But I watch other things too.
When you say that. Yeah.
I also watch Dune.
Yeah, of
you
course,
know?
yeah.
Jesse doesn't just
Wait, Dune
You're a
or
man
Doom?
of taste.
Doom. Starring The Rock.
Doom. Yeah.
Jesse isn't just on TikTok. He's on fail comps.
Oh, YouTube fail comps? Sometimes we'll just get together and we'll watch like a 2-hour fail comp.
Why not?
Yeah.
Sometimes we get together and we also just watch BattleBots for like 2 hours.
We have a game where I choose which BattleBots I think I could take in real life.
Okay. All right. What's the toughest one you think you could take?
What's that big one? It's like really tall and it has
They're
like
all
the
big.
spinning blade.
Oh, it's called Huge.
That's all of them.
Yeah.
It's literally just called Huge.
I can take huge.
Is there like one that you think would be like your kryptonite?
I mean, any of them that shoot flames.
Oh, you're flammable.
I don't know if you know this, but I burn.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't. I was gonna check later.
It's
but
crazy.
Yeah.
There's a BattleBot that just has a gun.
You could take that.
Yeah, Glockula. The spinning disc ones, I can take those out easy.
You just like step on them?
You Mario stomp them. Yeah, you just hop on them. It's not.
Okay, because at the top is not like.
Is that a BattleBot that
That's
just
a BattleBot. Yeah. They heard you talking shit.
Oh, they can try.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's about to shoot fire at you.
Do you think a BattleBot's gonna have ChatGPT in it at some point?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. The BattleBots are going to get to talk to each other, and then they're going to get stuck in a loop.
They're gonna start doing art.
They're gonna defeat.
Wait, I have a question for Grubb.
Please.
If Giant Bomb made a BattleBot and it was just called the Giant Bomb, what would it do?
It would have nothing to do with explosives. It would.
Good.
We would still call it the
Good.
Giant Bomb.
Absolutely.
That's a good bit.
Yeah,
It would commit psychic damage.
Right. Yeah. I think it would probably be like a big block that does just have like spinning hammers on it and stuff like that, and it would like shout like really dumb things the whole time, probably. Yeah.
It just has a speaker on it?
It just has a speaker. Honestly, it would just be really annoying.
DEI over it.
DEI. I'm doing it again. DEI.
It's the robot saying. We can chant it now.
Yeah, it's capital DEI. Oh, never mind. Wait, when did it become a thing I can't say?
Oh, we're still on this.
We're going back to this.
I crucially tried to steer us away from this.
All right. I think what's going to happen here pretty soon is we're going to play a little game.
Oh shit.
All right. And I think
Okay, Jigsaw.
you're going to get out of this one.
Let's play a game.
Dan Reichert has a leaf blower, and he has been hitting me with all week, and it makes my face look funny. And I think what we're gonna do is we want to hit all of you. I talked to Kenneth already. You're gonna help me judge. Yes. We're gonna hit all of you, and we're gonna judge who has the funniest face. But I think first we should decide who actually might have the funniest. We'll place bets on it.
All right. Listen, you got 10K on your birthday, and you're taking this shit way too far now.
I mean, I want to make some more money. But Daddy's on a winning streak.
Are we doing an 11-game parlay on this one?
Yeah, how have the parlays been going?
I forced myself to stop when the hockey season ended. I had to actually go cold turkey.
You realize you had a problem.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
I actually did give my nephew like a bunch of money when I saw him because I'm like, I hit it big. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Just get yourself a translator.
Yeah.
You'll be alright.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So I think my bet's going to be. Let's see here. Oh, well, you got the two. Are you going to wear both sunglasses?
Sure. Why not?
I think both sunglasses are going to fly
props.
off.
That's
You got you're wearing that hat.
That's a hat.
It's a piece of clothing.
These are work glasses.
Not two.
These are both skins in video games. All right.
I'm not wearing two hats.
Yeah.
That'd be a prop.
You could be though.
Yeah. If you wore two hats, that'd be really funny.
You could put Ken's beanie on.
Do you guys have any guesses who you think is going to have the funniest face?
Charlie.
Oh, yeah, I think Charlie's
Charlie's goated with the sauce. I don't know.
Charlie's cooking.
Yeah, I actually was predicting the future with this one. I got a haircut before coming here intentionally because I knew it would look good with the leaf blower. So.
Moises is pretty fun to get candid photos of.
Yeah.
Sure. But Moises just looks photogenic. Like,
Look how
Moises just looks good.
No, I'm saying he looks funny in a lot of the photos I take of him.
Oh, no. All right.
Another thing to love about the next
It's huge.
Jay, do you want to have any input or do you want to be impartial?
This is such a larger leaf blower
You're
than I was
I'm judging for
picturing.
sure.
Dan, that is not a leaf blower. That is a fucking weapon.
That's not gonna shoot something, right?
Yeah, it looks like a t-shirt
All
cannon.
right, you're out. You're out. Anyone else? This is your last chance to opt out.
Is that a t-shirt?
Michael, you opted
cannon?
out?
I couldn't
Not
be more
if it's a
in,
leaf
personally.
blower.
As soon as he saw the leaf blower, he's like, I don't
He's
that.
gotten hit like 4 times in this.
Yeah,
it's huge.
Okay, so we're talking like best reaction gift material with this?
Yeah, I think so.
I think if I can get Van Aken's hat to fly off, and if he wants to try, I think we're trying to create the next Drew Scanlon blinking white guy. Of course.
That'd be an honor.
That'd be an honor, yeah. Lots of money.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I say when both sunglasses go off.
Oh, both
It's gonna be
sunglasses.
Carson.
All right. I'm just going to keep it on, and I'm going to go from person to person, so just be ready. And I'm skipping. I'm skipping to you. Okay, so everyone else is getting hit. All right.
Cool.
We're good?
We're good.
We're
All right,
good.
are we ready? Camera, we're good? This one? Okay. So if you want to play to a camera, this is the one.
Everyone watch out for these glasses.
Crucially, before we start, do we need to move the microphones away from the
I'm
leaf
putting it
blower?
in.
Oh, it's going to sound like garbage.
Okay, great.
Are we looking into the camera or
I'm just looking out for production.
Do what you want to do.
Scanlon was looking off camera.
You decide. Yeah, that's true. You decide.
You know? Okay.
Which one?
Both are going to be.
The thing about viral internet sensations is it's always good to perfectly craft them.
Ready? We're ready. John Carson, starting with you. You ready?
Jesus. Good luck, John. Good luck.
Get this frame. I'm gonna move. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
I felt very validated not to. After that.
What's that?
Want it again.
Go ahead.
Can I get a hit?
On the way.
Oh, yeah, on the way.
Wait, why was that one wet?
Jeff Grubb turned into the Slim Jim guy. That was crazy.
I think it blew my drink into my mouth.
Jeff, you see me saying this?
I did. Mike, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you got it.
I need a chicken dinner for that.
Yeah.
have tears in my eyes. Not because of the leaf blower, but because that was fucking insane.
Something How's everybody feeling now?
We created a battle. I don't know what it was. There's like a moment 3 seconds in where you like hit Nirvana.
Your brain stops working.
Yeah, you just hit a different level of existence.
Just hit me.
I can see myself incorporating that into like a routine.
Right. That's what I'm gonna wake up in the morning.
This was more effective than any coffee I've ever had.
I was gonna say, what kind of routine are we talking here,
Go to
bud?
the dentist anymore.
All right.
That felt really erotic, actually.
Nathan, Michael Hyam, help me. Who do you think had the best face?
Okay, first thing I want to say is I think everyone looked like a different person when they get blown. Listen,
I've always said that.
Happens to the best of us. Fuck.
Michael, remember where you're sleeping tonight.
The best first impression I think was Charlie. He's the one who that fool he blown.
wrote it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna give my my first place to Charlie.
What about you,
know what I'm saying?
Definitely not, a sort of a bias towards my coworker, but Moises, I think, was the one that really got me. I'm like, oh, I'm very glad I did not take part in that.
That's
actually.
what's up.
So
I think everyone had a valiant effort, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think I am gonna go with Moises Tavares.
Moises.
That's me.
Oh, that's how it stopped before I was
DEI.
done.
DEI wins again.
All right, so how's everyone feeling about video games, SGF? What do you have? You guys having a good time?
What's a video
game?
I don't know.
I wasn't at Playday, so I don't know literally what is a video
Did they not
game.
invite you?
No, I'm just protesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone's got to put Keely in his place.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you think
It's gonna be me.
Yeah. I definitely like saw him this morning, and I could tell he was pissed off, and I think it was because of you.
Well, I hope he feels it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he did. Absolutely. You guys play anything fun? You guys have a good time? You guys find anything like worth talking about?
Building relationships is really fun.
This is the second time it's come up tonight. It's that good.
You play as like a single house on an island full of single houses, and you just do like house-based dating puns, and it's like a short hike. But what if they were all just horny buildings? It's really good.
The buildings like actually like roll around.
Yeah, they roll. So and they act like houses, so they don't like roll like
what
a
does
ball.
that mean?
Like a
Act like a house.
They roll and act like houses.
Have you seen Twisters?
More games with
Have you seen
unrealistic
Twister?
expectations.
They should call it Future Ex-Housewives.
Oh, we talking Bravo?
That's the DLC.
Can.
Yep. People were mentioning that earlier, and it's like very like really well done humor, right? Like they really nailed that.
Incredibly well written, but also like sound design wise. I was telling the developer this. There's something about the way the animations and the sound design work together. There's like a little kazoo that plays when you do your jump, and watching a house like jump and do a somersault to like a kazoo, like a little fur, is really great.
Oh yeah, that's
really
good
wonderful.
stuff.
Yeah.
Wait, can you make that sound again for me?
Fur.
One more time?
You want me to do Muppet impersonations again?
Yeah.
I'm not doing that live on stream.
Wait, no, you brought it up now.
Yeah.
You were.
Eric has been talking about the Muppets for like 24
I
hours
love the
straight.
Muppets before Jeff Keighley ever loved the Muppets.
Who doesn't love the Muppets? Does someone here not like the Muppets?
I love the Muppets.
Probably Mike Mann.
You know, Greg Miller doesn't like the Muppets. This is true.
What is the Muppets aside from Elmo?
Right.
I thought Elmo's officially not
said. Because they're not the Ghostbusters. I don't know.
He's on Sesame Street.
He's here. I think he's out there.
No.
The Muppets are better than the Ghostbusters have ever been.
I agree. 100%. I love the Ghostbusters. Yeah.
Charlie doesn't know what the Muppets are.
Yeah.
Yeah, stop everything.
Charlie doesn't know what the Muppets are.
Wait, what?
No, you are fucking lying. You are fucking lying.
Charlie, take the microphone. Explain
Kermit
your
the
crimes.
Frog.
Charlie was born after 9/11.
Elmo's a Muppet. Right? Like, Elmo is a Muppet. That's Jim Henson.
Elmo's like a pseudo Muppet, like Muppet adjacent.
He's from the Muppet Company. Yes.
Honorary.
Yeah, but like
that doesn't.
The capital M Muppets.
Like
the crew called them
the grumpy old dudes.
You know how there's the
original
Boys?
Nasty Boys, some say.
Yes, like there's the Muppets as well.
Oh, hold on, I got something for you. Keep it open. Keep your mouth open.
Yeah, I got some pizza.
To do that into the mic.
No, I don't. I don't need to do that into the mic.
Okay,
Need everybody to make your best Muppet impression.
Absolutely not.
No.
Yeah, I can do Kermit. I'm excited, Kermit. That's all I got. Your turn, Moises. Go for it.
Step up to the plate.
Miss Piggy!
Actually, everyone should go. Kermit the Frog here.
Kermit the Frog here.
Why does everybody do Kermit?
I don't.
I just do other Muppets.
Well, you do Miss Piggy.
Wait, okay, I can't do Miss Piggy. My voice is shot. I can do like Sam the Eagle.
Okay.
Are we getting into impressions territory right now?
Yeah.
We're doing an American impression.
The Muppets? Do we have to do the Muppets?
You can do whatever you. Honestly, give me whatever you got.
Okay. I want you to guess what this is.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Oh my God.
Jennifer Coolidge.
Pretty good.
I guess That's Coolidge.
Yeah. I can do. I'm gonna roll through what I can do.
That was uncanny.
Matthew Lillard.
That's really
And then if you change it slightly, Max. You kind of get into goofy territory.
Oh, sure.
I can't hook right now.
I can't. Oh, I messed it
Okay,
up.
how many of you want to be voice actors? Because that's what I find a lot of. Yeah. Everyone,
I
come
can
on.
do an Incredible Sans Undertale.
All right. I'm sure you can do better. Let's hear it.
That's real good.
Okay, I mean, here's the thing,
Michael's
right?
been hiding on that
One of them is shorter, one of them is taller. We just have Papyrus and Sans.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's Sans?
It's Sans Undertale.
Can anyone do Banjo-Kazooie characters?
That's just ska. Just listen to ska music.
That's good. Yeah, that's one of my favorites right there. Yeah.
Basically, we're a really gifted bunch.
Yeah,
We are.
That's it. This is why you're the Nasty Boys. Yeah, that's how you earned it.
Hey, Alex, can I have another chicken nugget?
Yeah.
We're out of chicken.
Who knows?
Damn.
It beats a real living.
Yeah.
I'm always on my Gollum shit.
Oh, I like it.
No,
I like it as a Gollum.
the Gollum.
Very tough.
We're just straight jerking it.
Gollum, what'd you think of? Gollum, what'd you think of Summer Game Fest?
Peanuts.
Did you play Tales of the Shire?
Summer Game Fest is too hot.
You think Jeff Keighley's shoes were pretty good, and you like the sneakers?
This looking. It's open GQ. I don't know.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, thank you.
This is just a good show. We got a real good.
This is
quality
exactly
product here.
where I expected this to end.
I love that we've talked about one single video game, and it's the house one.
It's the house is fucking apparently.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
I played Street Fighter 6 against Ken, and Ken beat my ass for 20 minutes, and then I left Summer Game Fest.
Yeah. Ken was like rolling deep at last year, didn't you? Like we're getting on the.
Oh, yeah.
Street Fighter 6, right?
Yeah, I had a streak going on, but I was taken down by Funke Joseph because they are the monarch of Street Fighter.
Yeah, shout out to Funke. He's
shout
not
out
here
to
this
them.
year, but yeah.
We're at Larian now. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's wild.
Yo, how is Bison? Did you play? Did you play Bison?
That's embargoed.
Oh.
Yeah. Why is everything embargoed?
Anything I wanted to talk about.
I'm a PR person. I can answer that.
There's a lot of embargoes, yeah.
Hey, PR person, why is everything embargoed?
I don't know.
It's because. Why are you giving me a second microphone? It's not a press conference.
You gotta make sure it's really fucking
God, this is suddenly a lot of pressure.
Is you a tele freelancer here? Why is everything embargoed?
Things are embargoed because you want to generate a wave of coverage. It's a moment. It's like at the exact same time. PR is telling a story, so you want the story to start at a very specific point in time so that you have control of the narrative. And to the point where you want it to end. So that is why embargoes
So you're
exist.
trying to control us.
Okay, I can't do this.
Is it like ready to go? Okay, let's do that. Okay, so does it like it actually isn't that big of a deal? It's just like right now we want to talk about these games. It is kind of nice to be able to have like a little break. Be like, okay, I'll go home, maybe write something, or make some videos about it.
Yeah, I think it's nice because nobody's racing.
Exactly. So we actually can enjoy the event a little bit, but it's like I saw some cool stuff I want to talk about.
Yeah, man. I mean, covering as like a freelancer for multiple different outlets, it saves my ass.
Right.
Seriously. Like I otherwise I would be on deadline for like tomorrow morning with multiple different publications covering different things. So it helps me out at least. Cool.
Yeah, it's like you are trying to do something in service of a game, right? Like, so any PR person only wants the best for a game and wants to perform well. And so they craft a timeline, embargoes included, so that that game can be put in the best position possible to perform and be able to, do well and developers get paid, right? So.
Who says the Nasty Boys can't be educational
That's
as well?
right.
Let's
Very
fucking
informative.
go.
Sorry to sandbag the bits.
It's beautiful. I have been informed by the boys in the Sports Center truck that we do have slow motion replays of all your faces.
Let's go!
Is this for real? You could do this?
You have the tech?
All right. Let's just go in the order that we did before.
We gonna watch it back?
It's just gonna all play.
Okay, all play at once. Okay, perfect. All right, hit it.
Do we have like some Sports Center music?
Yeah. Oh, that's good stuff.
I shouldn't have tilted up that much.
That was a pretty good one.
Yeah, see, I'm telling you.
Drive the stream.
Yo.
Oh shit.
What that mouth do?
How much can you fit in there?
I'll show you.
That's a champion, everybody.
Pretty good.
Lord.
It did not feel good.
You really don't want this?
Oh no, this is great.
Sure?
This is incredible. Just because it's nasty doesn't mean it's not good.
Jesse mitigated a lot.
Yeah, Jesse, you lead into it. Yeah.
They're locked in there.
Does anyone else feel like they're just going to be burping for like the next 3 hours?
Sure.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's very good.
The Ken Dodge coming up next.
Oh, I love that
It is like coming back to reality when it stops, right?
Yeah, there's a moment when you come back.
Yeah. Like you just zoom back in. All right, we're gonna get John's next hit.
Okay, yeah, bring it in.
Yeah. Daddy needs more.
Puff,
I
puff,
trust
pass.
Dan. Dan was in my wedding,
Oh,
so
yeah.
like,
So yeah,
we go way back.
Right. That's he's an officiant.
That sucks.
John.
He had to get some.
That's pretty good. Yeah, thank you. Super Saiyan there.
That's what I'm saying.
It looks like you got blown up by fucking dynamite.
It is like you zoom back to reality. It really is like, oh my God.
Charlie's like, one more, please, one more.
Fucking Christ.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, so leaf blower.
Great bit. Flawless bit.
Good fun. We like
What did we
literally
do?
just saw it in a back room and we're like, that would be fun. And we didn't really know what we were gonna do. Other than maybe hit me. We were like, hey, Lego Horizon's gonna get announced. We'll act really excited for that. So we got that. Now it's just been the new member of the crew.
What's
really.
it for? There are no leaves around. We are in the middle of LA.
You know what I think happens is this place probably like has stuff like this, and then there's like a napkin on the ground, and then they're like, let's just blow that out to the like.
That's easy.
What about like
easier than
confetti?
you know?
Yeah,
Sure,
exactly.
sure,
Yeah,
sure.
it's easy. Yeah.
Yeah,
all
balloons are too difficult.
Nasty boys, when's the next time y'all get together? You guys plan that far ahead, or you just live in the moment?
Honestly, a lot of our plans come together last minute, if we're being quite honest.
Yeah.
I don't think all of us were going to be here until.
Game awards?
Yeah.
Potentially.
Birthdays?
Birthdays are a big one. You know,
Yeah.
There's a week.
Motherfuckers ever again.
Hey, you know what? You know what?
Spit.
Valid.
Spit.
Yeah, actually, same.
Wow, Charlie.
Well, I love y'all.
This is
and
the
I would like to
dissolution
see
of the
you
Nasty
again.
Boys.
God damn.
Live on stream.
No, I mean, we try to do an October thing. There's a lot of our birthdays are in October, and we do like a string of those. So last year we had a big trip, and that was a lot of fun. So maybe that. Maybe December. Maybe next SGF. Who knows?
PAX East?
Well,
PAX
Maybe
East.
never again.
We're all getting together for the premiere of the Sonic 3
we break
Let's
up.
come through this room right now.
Actually, no, we should.
John Carson and I have beef. It might tear the whole group apart.
Why?
It
I
is.
don't know.
It
I'm
is
just
important to
What do you
note
mean?
we are getting together for the
I
Sonic.
really want to have a Kendrick Drake beef with like somebody, and you're the
you,
closest
Oasis.
one. Hey, fuck you, Charlie.
I
love
will
you.
say
This isn't going to go well for me.
Oh, Carson, I think you can take him. Don't worry. I'll say that one of the reasons I did want you all out here is there is. I used to like look at other groups and be like, I want to be a part of them and like want to hang out with them. And now I see you guys like finding that with each other, and I'm like, let's get them all together. Let people see that this is what gaming can be. That everyone like can find their people and hang out and have a good time. So I just want to say I love the Nasty Boys. I'm glad that whenever I see you all, you're all together and having a good time. It means a lot. I want you guys to keep doing your thing. All right?
Stay nasty.
Absolutely.
Stay nasty.
Stay nasty.
That was pretty sweet.
All right. Do we want? Is there one more chant in us before we get out of here?
DEI.
Please, Chaim. Please.
I don't want to chant that with y'all motherfuckers.
Giant Bob and Nite is sponsored by the letters D,
E, I.
All right, that's gonna do it for us. Then we're gonna get out of here. We got 2 more segments, I think, left. 2 more. Thank you, Jan. That'll be coming up very soon. Stick with us. Be back after this.
Giant bomb! Giant bomb! Giant bomb! Giant bomb! Giant bomb! Giant bomb!